All right. All right. Hello, 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 everybody. Welcome back to the Net Ghost Rider broadcast. I'm Net Ghost Rider. Welcome in, everybody. It is Wednesday, July 29th, 2026. Hello, 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 everybody. Bad streamer, bad game, bad streamer. What? Everyone, say hi to my brother. He comes in once every 6 months and decides to fuck up shit. That's what's happening. Hi, brother. How are you doing? But anyway, I'm live and alive after working 2 rounds yesterday and working another round today. But chat, I am working tomorrow morning. And then I have to work. Say my name. P-Bots? P-Bots? Thank you for the 14-month streak. I appreciate it. What's wrong with your brother? Don't ask. But anyway, I went to work today. I worked yesterday. I did 2 rounds yesterday. I did 1 round the day before. But I also did... Can I tell you I'm the normal one? I don't know about that one. But yeah, so... worked a couple days ago. I did a morning stream where I edited and did about 2 minutes of my edit. But tomorrow, chat, we are going to start a 24-hour stream. We're going to start a 24-hour stream where we are celebrating 1,000 followers. And I'm also going to celebrate having my student loans paid off. So we're going to be dual celebrating. I'm honestly going to play it by ear here as far as what I'm going to do. I was thinking about maybe doing a Crash Bandicoot run. And see if I can finish all 3 Crash Bandicoot games in the 24-hour period. I don't know if that's going to work out. But I'm also open to playing games with other streamers. I've reached out to a couple. I know Double Scuff potentially talked about playing Helldivers tomorrow and or Friday. But it's going to end up being 24+ hour stream just because we're going to try to do, if people are around, I'm going to try to do Unhinged Friday at the end of it. So play some rage games for 24 hours? Yes. That's what I'm saying, Crash Bandicoot. That's why I'm saying Crash Bandicoot, because I will rage on that shit. I will rage so hard on that. So much so. But yeah. So that's my thoughts on that. I'm open to ideas. As far as tonight goes, I think we're going to do some React content. I have a couple videos in the queue, and I also have my dinner cooking. 24-hour GeoGuessr stream. You really want to do that? That's what you want to see? See, this is the problem. This is why people think that auto... Kidda! Thank you for the resubscribe. I appreciate it. Hype train! Hype train! Hype train, everybody! But Kidda, congratulations on the first. Cat on the second. Auto on the third. I'm wondering why the brother is in here. He must be bored out of his mind because the Phillies aren't playing right now because they blew a 6-run lead today. You want to know? I'm scared. I'm assuming you're bored out of your mind because you're in the middle of the summer and now you don't have anything to do now that you're graduated and have a full-time job. No, okay. But yeah. All right, so let me get working on the Masters and it's killing me. Anyways. Okay, so you came in here to have more fun. So we're gonna watch it. We're gonna watch a theory. We're gonna watch an hour-long theory video on Vladimir Lenin. No, I'm kidding. We're gonna do fun React content. We're gonna react to Carter. I read I have a master's in baiting. Got him. I logged into HBO to watch House of Dragon. I can't access it. Oh yeah. I guess Mom didn't tell you that I'm changing from my Apple access to it to HBO Max, and it ran out yesterday. So give me a second. Let me get that up for you. Hence why I'm here and was curious if you were around. Yes, I am around. I will do that for you right now. That's so perfect. I mean, I knew you were gonna come in here. I knew you were gonna text me and be like, "Hey, bro, why is it not working? What the fuck?" I'm so glad I waited the perfect amount of time for me not be able to watch the show. I meant to do it yesterday. Hate this guy. Look at this negative ass Ghost Rider. Ford, shut up. You don't have to be here. You don't have to be here. Holy shit, did I end up spending an extra $4 fucking because I did this? I was also half thinking that I might be able to get the HBO max discount. I meant to watch it the last 3 days, but I've been doing schoolwork. I think they were going to charge me $180. And now it's $184. What's the pirate command again? Yeah, can't talk shit on that, can't you?
Find that you can't afford all the subscriptions that we have to have nowadays? Well, here at the Net Ghost Rider broadcast, we do not condone pirating of any kind of intellectual property at all. There's absolutely no reason that I'm playing this music in the background. But we definitely do not condone that here on the Net Ghost Rider broadcast.
Chat, I don't know how you liked my long hair.
This is a PSA brought to you by the Net Ghost Rider broadcast.
I pay for my HBO Max account?
What?
Wait, why are you paying for an HBO Max account if I already have one? Read the sarcasm. Oh. Are you seriously considering defrauding HBO shareholders? I would never do that. I would never do that. Oh my God, is it cheaper? Is it cheaper to get it through Apple? I wonder if it's cheaper to get it through Apple. Also, I know my brother is pissed off right now because I haven't done this yet. Chat, thank you so much for the hype train. Brother and Kidda, thank you for contributing to it. I haven't seen the latest House of Dragon yet either. I'm entertained. Well, that's what I'm here for. I do think that I watched. Okay. All right. I'm doing it. If I have to watch it later, that's fine. Just know that I will be pissed. You are always pissed off at me, so. I meant to do it yesterday, and I should have did it yesterday since I didn't stream. You consider switching to HBO Min? I thought they were switching. I thought they were switching to. I thought they were switching to just HBO. Also, Peabod, stick around because I'm gonna show chat what I had a player do today. Crap! I don't know if I get a discount on my credit cards for it. All I care about is seeing dragons go roar. You're gonna love this though. I wonder if I get a discount. Just bought Baldur's Gate 3. Oh God, another person that's gonna push me to play Baldur's Gate. I guess that's better than RuneScape. Could run a campaign. Yeah, Auto. My brother is a big RuneScape player. Big. RuneScape is the best? Nah. I mean, honestly, it's better than you spending that much money at bars and shit. I love this guy. God. P-Bods, do not inflate Auto's ego. Auto's ego goes up enough as it is. I may or may not have 3 accounts. Yeah. It's kind of insane. Damn it. I don't get cash back on HBO. Half of my middle school memories are just playing RuneScape. My neighbor played it. Just wasn't my thing. I'd imagine you'll like Baldur's Gate, P-Bods. As much as I hate two-factor authentication, pretty awesome. Except when it doesn't work. Memories in middle school were seeing what I could get away with on the school's computer, and I got away with a lot. The thing with a lot of MMOs is if you find the right crowd at the right time to play with, they are the most enjoyable games ever. Yeah, I don't doubt it. Son of a bitch. Sorry, Chad. I was just figuring out which credit card. All right, P-Bods, you should be good to go now. I should be able to write this off because I talk about it on stream. What do y'all think about that? Sick game, HBO Max. I honestly agree that there are 3 other guys that saw my little autistic tendencies and got me into the game. Yeah, P-Bods, you're good to go. Everything looks like it's good to go. Even the fucking 2 accounts for dad and our sister. That I have specific accounts for everybody to use, and then they didn't use. If you don't have autistic tendencies, do you even have a brain? True. All right, we're going to do react content to America's weird obsession with lawns.
Americans...
Ted Nivision on the weirdest meals in America. I'm going to actually watch the Mexico City train system, and then we'll kind of figure it out from there.
This is
Dragons Go Roar. Well, P-Bods, actually you're sub, so it doesn't matter. I was gonna say you better be lurking, but anyway, we'll start with Carter with America's obsession with lawns. Yawns are great. Yeah, yawns. So chat, watch it alongside. I'm pinning it at the top. What the fuck? Why did that not work? Ah, Twitch is so stupid. which is so dumb. Also, allegedly, Keko is going to be trying to go to TwitchCon. Allegedly. So I will be trying to book that shit. I'll be trying to book hotels and stuff. Thought Keko is deported? Not yet. Not yet. Oh, Peabod, stick around. I'm going to show chat what I did for a golfer today. And try not to dox myself. Where's TwitchCon San Diego again? Allegedly, Ghost is going to TwitchCon to say hi to me in San Diego. Yeah. Did you hear the dragons go roar? All right. Let's see if I can pull this off without doxing myself. So basically, my player was in a ridiculous place. Yeah, I'm going to end up doxing myself. Actually, I think I'll be good. I think I'll be okay. Because I would advise against doxing yourself. I would also advise against that. Wait, I didn't get any hype train emotes? I've been saving that? Oh, no. That sucks. 7th accidental dox on stream. Well, this one would dox where I actually live. So that would be bad. And where I work. Especially for the Nazis. It would ruin me if I found out you didn't live in a bin. Okay. So. Oh, I can't. Now that I've experienced good roads, I'm extra pissed off every time I have to drive here. I miss roads out there. The roads out here are pretty awesome. So chat. This is one of the holes here. And they hit a tee shot from down here. They hit a tee shot from down here. This is the fairway. They hit a tee shot from down here. And they were over here. Right? They were over here. So they hit it to the right of the trees, right? So I'm completely blind to this green. I'm completely blind to this green. So I give him the yardage estimate, and he's got to hit up and over the trees, right? So he hits the shot perfectly. I said that he was 100 and I said he was playing. It was playing like 165 yards, thinking like it was 140 yards. Throwing us up with the GeoGuessr community we have is bold. I mean, the GeoGuessr community is not gonna. GeoGuessr is like street level. Anyway, so Truck is so lightweight, it's been thrown the other lane. Anyway, so he hits the shot, right? Hits it kind of perfectly, ends up to the right of where he was aiming, right? So I walk him up this pathway here because I think I could walk up this path and then come back. No, I can't. So we walk up and we get to here. I realize I can't get down there. So we walk through the fucking bushes. So we get down to the green. We're like, hey, do you see the ball anywhere? Chat, the ball was in this bunker, which means he landed on the green. He landed on the green from over here, over the fucking trees. I gave him a perfect fucking number. I gave him a perfect number. And then he hit it out of the sand and it was down here and he missed the putt and then he missed another putt. But yeah. 69, did you see any turkeys today? No, but that is the golf course that we do see turkeys. So, all right, chat. Time for America's Weird Obsession with Lawns by Carter. I like to say friend of the stream. I'd like to say friend of the stream. Hopefully one day we'll be able to collaborate with Carter. But we'll see. Anyway, chat, I have food waiting for me, so I'm going to go get it.
About 3 years ago, I ended up in a small island off the coast of California. Maybe you've heard of it. It's called Australia. And now, having lived here for a while, I've had a realization. Pretty much nobody cares about their lawn. At least not like Americans. This was even more solidified just a week ago when I visited America and was instantly bombarded by shorts and TikToks of something I can only describe as lawnism.
There's a rock in my lawn.
I always thought those dead patches in my yard weren't boulders. I thought they were just where the dog peed a lot. Turns out I was wrong, and Fred Flintstone just parked his car right under the yard. And now it's starting to rain. So let's go back inside, and I'll tell you more about how Americans got so obsessed with their yards. I feel like obsession is a fitting word, especially when you see how much different equipment these guys are using.
There's a bare spot in my lawn.
You know bro is serious when he's pulling out the kitchen utensils for the yard. I'm not gonna be surprised if in the next video he like pulls out a vacuum cleaner or something.
The Little Wonder HPV High Performance Vacuum gets the job done.
All right. I'll eat it. That seems useful. I definitely would have liked that when I was a kid. Now, the rolling pin, I'm not entirely sold on, but maybe there is some crazy thing about it. What is kind of interesting is the undertones of a lot of these lawn talk videos. If you scroll lawn talk for just a few
This is my third watch of the Carter vid. Well, you're getting unique reactions every time. Also, the answer is autism. Well, part of it's autism. Don't you work on a lawn? I walk on a lawn.
minutes, you'll notice that there feels something almost competitive about this.
Here are 5 tips for mowing your lawn better than your neighbors this year. Tip number 1 is the 1/3 rule, which means you should never take off more than 1/3 of the grass blade during one mowing.
To be clear, this video is very overt and most are much more subtle about the competition aspect. You can't tell me that it doesn't feel like you're demonstrating how much better you are than literally brooming your yard.
Crazy. Also, that brooming of the yard, he was taking the dew off, but he was also making lines. I will admit, I didn't know Kentucky Bluegrass was not from Kentucky. Wow, spoiler alert, kidda!
I showed this in the intro for a second, but it is insane. I've never seen anybody do this. The reason I say this feels somewhat competitive is because nothing says you're super successful more than being able to waste time brooming your yard. Honestly, brooming your yard feels like a military punishment you get when you're like a private because you refuse to, I don't know, bomb Kundun's hospital or something. Speaking of punishments, when I was a kid, yard work was just that.
Yeah, this is a game called Call of Duty.
Brooming what? Brooming your lawn. We are too poor for that. We are too poor to have a lawn to broom. Lawns are just vanity projects. It's fine. That's your thing. Yeah, I mean, he gets into it, Otto.
Well, you ever played the game Call of Duty before? Well, this is what it's called. It's called yard work, Call of Duty.
Gaslighting children
And it's
classic.
raking leaves, cleaning grass, helping wash dogs, cleaning poop, out the cages and all that. So now you got to know what the game of Call of Duty is now?
Okay, I'm sorry. I literally found that
You're too
TikTok
poor. I
after
have no
I'd already,
water.
done a bunch of this, and it was just really relevant to the hospital joke. Moving on, because punishment is relevant, is that you might be interested to learn that yards did not come from the United States, or at least lawns more specifically. They originated from somewhere. It all depends on who you ask, because if you ask the French, they'll say they did it. If you ask the British, they'll say they did it. If you ask a Polish person, well, they'll let you know when they get their turn on the one computer in Poland. All jokes aside, credible academic papers often say
Classic.
that lawns are as old as civilization itself. They likely also originated out of the Mesopotamia region. That's because lawns provided a strategic advantage. When you don't have trees or tall grass for the enemy to hide in,
You can look out the watchtower.
I'm getting childhood flashbacks. Danny, did your did your parents lie to you? Did your parents lie to you to get you to do chores? Where'd that phrase come from? Tall drink of water.
Or use your
I don't know.
archers to get them.
now a few hundred
It's probably sexist and misogynistic, kiddo.
years are going to pass as lawns make their way into Europe. And after they make their way there, they slowly become less of a military thing and much more of a status thing.
Fun fact, a grassy lawn surrounding your home has always been one of the ultimate status symbols. As castles were built around Europe, large swaths of treed forest surrounding the castle would be cleared, so that an enemy force could not sneak up on the castle through the woods. These cleared lands could then be used for farming. In the 17th century, as English aristocrats began converting old castles into countryside manors, they didn't want anyone to think they were farmers, so they started planting grass lawns on the visible parts of their property so that any passerby would know they were rich, because only a wealthy person could afford to waste farmable land like that.
Chat. It's about showing that you're so wealthy that you could waste open space. It's always about wasting something. Rich people are awesome at wasting fucking time, which is what us working class people don't fucking have. We don't have time because we have to fucking work to keep a roof over their head. It's about wasting some of the most valuable fucking resources. That's what it's about. All of it. Fucking insane. I only got one silver coin in his payment. I hate that fucking fat guy. That guy's hair makes me laugh every time. Yeah, I laughed at it too. For all the brooming I helped do.
See, aristocrats, as Europe stabilized, noticed
Lawns are important so you could exercise the Second Amendment. Dude, I just had that combo with my mom.
that they didn't need as much manpower fighting, and so they would put it into things that were incredibly useless, or things that demonstrated just how much better they were than everyone else. Like, they definitely would have built a phallic-shaped rocket and shot themselves into space with Katy Perry if they could have. Bro, you know how many people you could feed, or like how many diseases you could cure with all that wasted-ass manpower? I don't even want to think about it. Time is a flat circle. Anyways, the real lawn for America doesn't really start till the early 1800s. Thomas Jefferson gets this thing called lawn envy. After politicians had visited Europe in the early 1800s and late
Are monoculture forest lawns? No. Technically, trees are grass. Technically. She was like, why don't you visit us more often? Y'all wanted me full time. This is what happens when you're full time.
1700s, they come back wanting to recreate those lush green landscapes. And Thomas Jefferson pulls it off. In 1806, at his Monticello estate, he has the first American lawn. This is still something completely out of reach for the public. In the 1860s, Frederick Law Olmsted will kind of be the urban architect for America, designing Central Park and what becomes the suburban identity. Just 10 years after Olmsted, there is an incredibly popular book called The Art of Beautifying the Suburban Home that's released by Frank J. Scott. He talks about how this lush green front yard open plan demonstrates your communal value, that you are part of.
Actually, there are true trees. I have a whole documentary on it. Okay. Walmart's my second home. No, it's your first home. Work is our first home. We spend more time at work than we do awake at home. Got that video from B, of course. True. That makes sense. I'm actively trying to kill my grass right now to have clover. Why? I want alfalfa lawn. That'd be cool. I want to do wild grass. I want to do a wild grass lawn. We're a family at work.
of being something. This something is American. Even though the dream has kind of been solidified and the image is there, most people are not going to be able to pull it off. It's not until World War II, where we have several technological advancements associated with it, that we are able to have the lawn in our front yard. And we can now maintain it because labor winds have created the 40-hour work week. The three main advancements that allow the American lawn to be a thing are fertilizer, weed killer, and the rotary mower. Yes, you were probably getting cancer, but at least you could maintain that cool
Also, that's a ridiculous lawn. That is a ridiculous lawn. I have a drone patrolling my backyard to shoot all potential pollinators. No pollination before marriage. Amount of time I spend there got me think of actually being a secretary again.
native grass from like Africa or whatever, which is real, by the way. I just learned that Kentucky bluegrass is not even from Kentucky, motherfucker. It's from like Asia and Europe and just nowhere near Kentucky. Now,
damn it, kiddo, you ruined the surprise. Son of a bitch. Wait, what am I waiting for, Danny?
of course, it being invasive does not stop any of these dudes from telling me that I need some other invasive species to.
Kentucky bluegrass ain't from Kentucky. That's what the man said. That's what he says. I knew that place was fake. No, Kentucky's real. Kentucky's real. Kentucky bluegrass isn't from Kentucky. Kentucky's real, unfortunately. Where they have a senator that's definitely not dead. He's definitely not dead.
Make my yard the best.
This is controversial, but Bermuda grass is just better than fescue for most people.
This starts to lead me into the next section of this video, which is where this newer manufactured obsession with lawns is coming from. I don't know about you guys, but I'm not all hoorah be America right now as we bomb innocent countries and help facilitate a genocide.
Oh, what a letdown. Kentucky's really nice, except for the Kentuckians. Bermuda grass is what invaded my last apartment. Fuck Bermuda grass. Bermuda grass is pretty fucking invasive.
Overseas. Those people do still exist.
I help with this. I couldn't have done it with.
If a cow won't eat Bermuda, it ain't good. Shit was growing up through the carpet. What the fuck, kiddo? You're not supposed to have grass in your house. Well, that kind of grass. Is Bermuda grass from Bermuda? No, he said it wasn't from Bermuda. My dad's cows are picky.
Out. Mow and Tell. Check him out. One of my buddies, Cody, he helped us out tremendously also. He helped me both days. Stacy Jones over at One Time Design helped with the stencils for the stars. Thank you very much. Also Home Depot. Y'all helped me out. I had 4 store managers that really helped me get all the paint that I needed.
Shout out to all those listed people, but mainly the ones that work at Home Depot.
Happy birthday, Home Depot. Happy birthday, Home Depot.
Those people are the real ones. All jokes aside, I do want to talk about another big contributing factor, because if we're not trying to mimic the aristocracy and we're not too prideful about America, what else could be driving this? And it's money, because of course it is. It always is. The lawn care industry in America is one of the largest. It is nearly $400 billion, approaching $500 billion.
Gotta have 7 plagues, and apparently Bermuda grass was one of them. What number plague are you at, kiddo? Beetles are the current one? Yeah. Them cows saved us during COVID. Wait, really, Danny? Are you saying because you got milk and shit from them? Or they realized something was wrong? Does a tree falling on my house count as one? Sure. It's from the Bermuda Triangle. Yeah. The Rolling Stones after the Beatles.
Billion in the next decade. This is why for pretty much as long as television has existed in the United States, there has been commercials trying to sell you something for your yard.
It cost a little more than those bargain tractors, but
if you've got better things to do with your money, this Toro's on sale.
Now, what if I told you they've moved off television and got to TikTok? You'd likely say, yeah, no shit, Carter, it's the internet. And to that, I'd say, you're right. But I promise these are a little bit.
In-laws count as one, your boss 2. Grass, flood, black widows, tree, beetles. Kiddo, you should talk to Jackie about black widows because she loves black widows for whatever reason. We didn't go to the supermarket during that time. Well, that's good, Danny. Sure, it wasn't easy at that point. Boss, in-laws. Oh, cool. That's all 7. We have chickens, cows, sheep, horse, donkeys. Now, peacock, Guinness. You have Guinness? You have Guinness at the ranch? You grow Guinness? Dogs and cats. I like black widows. They eat beetles. Oh my God. Are you going to bring the black widows into the house now? Guineas. Oh. I can't spell the bird. What? I don't know what bird that is. Species of grass that needs to be replanted every week so I can show my neighbors how dedicated I am. Wait, guineas? Is that a bird? At one of my office all summer last year, her name was Ms. Widow. Guinea fowl. Oh. I don't know if I know what that is. Equatorial Guinea? Equatorial Guinea mentioned? They're noisy as fuck. Wait. The guinea fowl?
Different because a lot of times you aren't even aware that they're trying to sell you a product. Now, just because I think it's insane and it serves a good example, let's go back to our boy who was brooming his yard earlier. Because if we navigate over to his page, we'll notice a few things. First of all, he gets millions and millions of views. And second of all, if we go to the link tree at the top of his page and scroll, it's pretty much entirely just trying to sell something. This just means that anything he is showing on his page might just be a advertisement.
I'm logging off work. Hell yeah.
Might be doing it in the hopes that you will go and try to find it and buy it through his links. Also, I should point out that the boulder guy.
There's a rock in my lawn.
Oh my God, you make YouTube videos too? Are you making fun of me for not having a YouTube video out for a year? Lily? Is that what that is? Chat. Check out the YouTube. Check it out. Subscribe to it. You made YouTube videos. Share with your family, share with your friends, share with your enemies. I don't care. Share it to everyone. Hopefully I don't have to log into work. Make sure you watch every video and you like it. We didn't go out, but I ended up being the outbreak monkey in the house. I got COVID like 3 times. What the fuck, Danny? I thought this was your video. Wait, what? You thought I was Carter? I mean, I guess I'll take it as a compliment. Yeah, it's Ghost right there. Danny, you got to get your immune system checked out. In the orange shirt.
He also is doing the same thing, and he has nearly 4 million followers.
Never seen you in the same room at the same time. True. That's valid.
This is to say anything they're doing is bad or nefarious or even immoral. It's just that when
famous Ghost, orange, red shirt. True. It's all because I had tumor that helped. You had a tumor that helped with COVID? Now I got a shit immune system? Oh. It's not a tumor. Oh. I'm sorry, Danny.
And chilling your own product is even involved. It's hard to trust what is real and what is just a ploy to get money. Making it as a content creator is hard, so I'm not going to knock on somebody for selling their merch or getting affiliated. It's just hard as a person watching this and enjoying this content to determine the validity of it. I've talked about a lot of like scams and affiliate type things on this channel, and I don't think Lawn Talk is necessarily like that, or just having link trees and selling a bunch of products is like that at all. I just think it's something that often comes with some murky territory. It's also not really a secret that companies will bot and try to algorithmically boost content that features their products, especially if you're already big, because then it raises less eyebrows. Now, not to like keep ripping into Southern Lawn Daddy more and more, but he has a video where he's like buying a lawnmower that has nearly 2 million views. And I don't know about you, but I don't think this is like riveting content.
The tumor helped the COVID? That's what I was confused about. Danny Lore dropped tonight. First illness I got was bronchitis after a year after the surgery. Oh. Wait, was the bronchitis from COVID? He just reading, not comprehending? I was very confused. Did I read them out of order? So you're saying you had the tumor, and because you had the tumor and had the surgery, your immune system was shit, so that's why you caught COVID multiple times? The Bronchosaurus is my favorite.
Working so diligently on.
Text my girlfriend. What's up? I'm checking out all the fees and stuff. I'm about to try to buy.
$1,900 for what?
That's cheap.
Well, people talk crap about my grass, and I'm taking a cent.
That's cheap. That's cheap. $1,900 is cheap for a peace of mind. Hold up. What are we holding up for? Fox, congratulations on the participation trophy. Rumors about tumors. All right, so I sent the message right at 6 o'clock. We were on the 18th hole. So I think we finished at 6:15. Hi, Kid. Hi, Becca. Hi, Ghost. Hi, Fox. What if the tumor is a real organism and you're actually the real tumor? Sorry.
To it, and if I don't do it now, then I never will do it. So you push it, not me.
I guess I'm gonna have to start working the pole.
Hey, good job.
You're not
This
sorry,
video
don't lie.
sent me down a little bit of an interesting rabbit hole. I zoomed in, did a little bit of enhancing, and found out that the mower he bought is called a Rolex Reel Mower. With that information, I went to their website, found their Instagram, scrolled a little bit, and found this reel.
What's going on?
All right. Didn't see you there.
Didn't see you there with TJ.
Where my lawn Roomba's at? True. Okay, so COVID didn't hit me as bad as the other cases because I had my tumor. Where the tumor was located helped with a lot of stuff. But like it was also screwing me because I was anemic. My hemoglobin was 4.5 and the doctors were baffled because I was working at an industrial laundry place doing hard labor. Okay, so the tumor did fucking help. What? Why is everybody jumping down my throat saying that the tumor helped? The tumor helped. That's amazing. Apparently we all need a tumor. We all need a tumor to prevent us from dying from COVID. But Danny, I'm glad you're better now. Is that a real good mower? Got him, Fox. No ghost. What, Becca? What, Becca? We need 5G. 5G to create the tumors to prevent us from dying from COVID. I did get my shots. Oh, Danny got all the microchips. Nice. God, those chicken fries were delicious. And the ice cream I'm going to eat later. Also, chat, I now currently have 9 containers of cookies and cream ice cream. I have 9 containers of cookies and cream ice cream because I got a rain check right before my parents came to visit. And it said I was allowed a maximum of 6 units to get a $2.99 deal on the ice cream. So I now have 9 quart and a half containers of cookies and cream ice cream. So I got my money's worth. No tumor we know of. They prodded. I've had COVID 3 times. I've had it once, and I still wear a mask indoors 95% of the time. And I get sick. Send me one. It's already in the mail, Becca. But Kitty, you're notoriously fragile, so it's not a valid data point. Yeah. I mean, technically. What you mean? I mean, Kidda, you have said that you're immunocompromised. I was a pincushion by that point, but the reason for the tumor apparently is hormones in the food. Of course it is. Looked, and cream isn't a good flavor. Cookies and cream, spicy water. All the added shit in food, yeah. What, Kidda? You've said it. You said it in here. The words were typed by you.
The Lawn Dad. What's up, guys? If y'all have been on TikTok, been on Instagram, you've seen this man leveling his yard.
Doesn't mean I'm fragile. I could beat you up.
His yard, dominating the subdivision, maybe even the southeast. Trying to.
Now, I don't know whether
What's
or not
up,
this
Hollywood?
was a sponsored post, but it was on the Rolex page, and shortly after this, they did post something that was directly affiliated with Southern Lawn Daddy. And to his credit, the video of him
Kidda
buying
versus
the
Ghost
mower
when?
is about 20 weeks before all this happened. So I'm not saying that he was like given the mower for free, or that he was lying about how interested he was in buying it, or that he was being nefarious at all. I do, however, think it's interesting that the video is so popular for just how bland it is. Maybe it's just not the content for me, and that's okay. It sucks that TikTok doesn't provide like view metrics over time, or I can't go back and look at the history. These stats would help to identify what
Kiddo would fuck me up. Kiddo would fuck me up, just for the record. Don't worry, kid. I'll take care of you when you're sickly so we can build up your energy to kick Ko's ass. Just mow mine 105. Oh, that's a cool day. Lurk, no more lawn brain rot. It's almost done, Otto.
Whether or not the video exploded in popularity
20 on
legitimately
Kidda.
or only after the partnership had occurred. This isn't to say that the company doesn't have a lot of eyes on it. It's just companies do get inorganic views a lot for things featuring their products. Something that makes this rabbit hole go even deeper is the fact that he does post eventually a video with him and the mower. And he even ats them and talks about how great it is. The problem is, there is no disclosure of it being an advertisement. This is also not meaning that he is a bad person or that something nefarious is happening, because it's very obviously an advertisement. The problem is, it's not disclosed.
Rolex S17, 17-inch cut. First one of its kind. They've only made 5 of these. Daddy got.
I'll tune in an hour later and we'll still be watching this. This is what React content is, Otto. You pause, you talk about it, so you don't miss anything. This is how this works. You've been in this community for a long time, even though your follow age is like 2 weeks at this point. Should we make a gamba?
One of them. No, she won't speak choke. We ain't cut grass on this thing yet, because I want to show y'all how this thing cuts. We're going to find out together, but I guarantee you, top notch, because that's what they bring. They bring top notch quality good stuff.
I don't know if this is illegal, because I'm not certain this would count as an advertisement, but maybe it does. We have ad disclosure laws on the internet for a reason. It's meant to instill consumer confidence. I'm not saying that Lawn Daddy is breaking the law. I don't have proof that these are advertisements. I am saying though that there is a reason ad disclosures exist. When you've been in the content creator space as long as I have, you'll be reminded of things like the CSGO lotto scams, where influencers took large sums of money or even owned the websites themselves and scammed their young impressionable audiences out of millions of dollars. What's even more insane about this and incredible—
Has it been a year? What the fuck? Yeah, it's been a year. Becca's only plus like 6 or 7 months. I was gonna say, Becca, what the fuck? You've definitely been here longer than Danny. Because I unfollowed as a joke. Would you do that? Would you do that? I can't picture you doing that. Unfollowing as a joke, nobody would do that. I'm just a newbie. Yes, Kid is a newbie, but she's lead moderator. Unfortunately, I did, and I immediately regretted it. Classic.
Frustrating is that I still go on Instagram and get bombarded by one of these scammers who scammed literal children, by the way, posting their lavish lifestyle, traveling, going on cruises and whatever, because nothing ever ended up happening to them. They scammed children and were essentially rewarded for it. So now let's get back on track and talk about this affiliate thing going on. The FDC actually releases a pamphlet that tells you when to disclose. It says that if you have any sort of financial, employment, personal, or family relationship with a brand, you must disclose this. In my non-legal understanding of this, it sounds like if I have an affiliate link to a product that I'm showing in my content, I should have to disclose that I'm endorsing that product.
True.
Because to me, the word endorsement is somewhat big and broad.
Horrible behavior. I've been here for over 10 years. Fox has been here for 10 years. Can't believe people are still going on cruises in the year 6 AC after COVID. Yeah, I mean, I would definitely never go on a fucking cruise ever again. They are literally just like they're petri dishes for sicknesses. It's just awful. Spicy Water, congratulations on 45 consecutive streams. Also, chat, I am so sorry if your streaks got fucked up. Because Twitch like unpublished my VODs. I didn't realize they were unpublished. On cruises for Gamba grandmas and granddads, yeah, and also like poor people that can't afford anything else. Because cruise is actually like a pretty decent deal. So a lot of people will go there to save money and use that as a vacation. But also they're really bad for the environment because, you know, they spew a shit ton of CO2. And JoJo Siwa fans, also remember I told you on the course, if they tune in from the phone versus PC, it breaks the streak. Yeah, I was actually going to ask about that. So Hollywood told me on the golf course, I think I mentioned it on stream, if you watch it from a specific source, it breaks the streak. Confirmed fake news? Yeah. But I'm not sure about that one. I want to go, but I'd rather fly to my location. I maintain my streaks through desktop and mobile. See, that's what I thought too when I had the conversation with him. Switch between mobile and desktop. I watched it on my bidet yesterday and I still have the streak.
Me wearing this shirt means I probably like it, and therefore if I have an affiliate link and then viewers want to buy it, I get rewarded for that. Should I have to disclose that? To be clear, this is not just a lawn time.
I've had streaks broken for that reason. Usually tune in on phone from work, tune in on PC and lost streaks. Only reason I mentioned it. I wonder if that was early during the streaks. I wonder if that was the beginning of the streaks. Because there was a period where like the streaks were really wonky. The streaks were really, really wonky. But they weren't for everybody. Like 2 months ago? Okay. Then that sucks. We've also had problems where viewers have had like 200 and some streaks and it just goes away for no reason. So, lost my Hassan streak multiple times for no apparent reason. Yeah. I think I lose my Hassan streak too. 18-hour drive for a month, not the week. 18-hour drive ain't for the week. What? I only drive to Mexico or take the bus. Oh. I kept my Becca streak by putting her stream on my phone while I was dirt biking.
Talk thing at all. It's kind of a problem with content creation across the internet. For example, if you go to Mr. Who's the Boss, a massive tech YouTuber, and go to his description, you'll see a bunch of affiliate links. He claims that it's not sponsored, but he does get a kickback from that affiliation. This is kind of where the problem lies, because even though it's not sponsored, it is still a benefit to him, and these products, though maybe not appearing in this video, are his favorite products. I don't have a problem with Mr. Who's the Boss. His content is often fine. It's just this happens across the content creator sphere because defining what is an endorsement is hard. All right, but enough about brands being scum.
That was a weird transition. That was a weird transition. I hate that I edit videos now because I literally like notice this stuff in videos. That was such a weird transition. All right, man, just wanted to say what's up. About to get some games in lurking. Thank you, Hollywood. I appreciate the lurk. And I hope you hydrate up after cutting the lawn in 105-degree heat. Then you start typing slow for the sake of my grammar.
Me and content creators who have nothing to do with lawns. Let's get into the psychology around
It's brutal
lawns,
out here.
because there is.
Yeah, I've worn hoodies the last 2 days at work and I've sweated my ass off and I didn't wear a hoodie today and it was a little chilly. Danny, it's not grammar, it's spelling.
Actually, psychological reasoning as to why people are attracted to them. There was actually a study conducted in the 70s and 80s that demonstrated babies show more favorability towards savanna.
My ADHD brain can't help it. I think too fast. Damn it. I thought I was going to have something quippy to say, but I didn't have anything. I have the opposite of ADHD. What is that called? That you lock in. Auto locks in. It wasn't me this time. I wish I could wear a hoodie. I'm dealing with corn sweat. I hate it. Oh, God. It's probably humid as fuck and gross, but not as gross as not avoiding the top of the hour ad break because the top of every hour I run a 3-minute ad. If you want to avoid the ads, you can pay $5.99 for a subscription or get lucky and get gifted a sub. Or you can link your Amazon Prime account to your Twitch account and get a free monthly subscription from Daddy Bezos to your favorite streamer. Hopefully it's me. If it's not me, then hopefully it's one of my friends. But here comes the 3-minute ad break now. Chat, I had 3 different times I could have used a segue there. I had 3 different times. I was going to do it with Danny, and I was going to do one about beating the Heat, but I didn't. But yeah. Brain fart.
And plains environments. This also makes sense with what you learned earlier about the original use of lawns being used to fend off invaders or predators and things like that. Another psychological aspect, or at least something I guess relevant to this, is how there's a weird overlap between being a man or masculinity and lawns.
And nothing make you feel like a man more than doing some yard work or working on your car. I don't care if you was just cutting the grass. I don't care.
Wait, I didn't say anything about heat. I did. Because Hollywood cut in 105 degrees.
You was changing a light bulb. I don't care if you was jumping your car, changing the battery. Those 2 things that make you feeling masculine as hell. Whew. I'm really a dad out here, man. I'm really like Hank Hill out here, man.
Funnily enough, Hank Hill is kind of the reason I made this video. I was recently rewatching it, and God, the writers of that knew the conservative Texas man so well because so many episodes are about Hank and his lawn.
Look, some people hoist a flag to show they love our country. Well, my lawn is my flag. It tells the world Here lives a competent, trustworthy salesman of propane and propane accessories.
If anyone wants to feel like a man, I have projects that need to get done. I don't need to do it to feel like a man, but Spicy Water, I've literally offered. I just want to point out I've literally offered many times to do the projects. Just stating the facts.
A man who can't keep up a lawn is either inept or stupid.
Like every other episode has some reference to that man and his yard. And honestly, men will do literally anything than go to actual therapy. That does not look fun to me, but I guess whatever floats your boat.
Don't use my fragile masculinity against me, you witch.
Or mows your lawn, I guess. This marrying of lawns and masculinity is unsurprising due to a lot of things we've already covered in this video. This is because masculinity is tied to wealth and a lawn can be a representation of your wealth. I know I'm repeating myself, it just needs to be said. Okay, back to more psychology, because I know you've been yelling at the screen this whole time going, Carter, it's not that deep. It's just nice to watch somebody lay some really good lines in their lawn, or to watch those videos of people doing charity and actually making their community look better. This scratches that same thing that makes you like pressure washing or like cleaning out a hoarder's house. Honestly, there is probably something deeply psychological about it that makes us enjoy the content. One of the biggest accounts on Lawn Talk is called SB Mowing, and their entire account is pretty much dedicated to doing things just like this.
I was just gonna see if I can mow your grass for you. I was gonna offer to do it for free.
Let me call my mom and ask her.
Okay.
Okay, I genuinely love this dude. I genuinely love this person. Like, they are such a kind person, and they do such good work. Yeah. Pressure wash and sim stream. I mean, I do have pressure washer simulator. Sibling does my lawn. I just blow the lawn clippings. They were oh shit, chat. My mom is obsessed with watching these videos on a trip. I heard it at 8 a.m. and 8 p.m. From 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. She falls asleep to them. Oh. Oh my God. And wakes up to them. Oh my God. That's hilarious. Also, Spicy Water just be changing colors like crazy.
Yeah, let me know.
My mom said she would appreciate that.
Okay, is the backyard pretty bad too?
Yeah.
Hey everyone, Spencer here with SB Mowing, and I knocked on the store after seeing they needed a lot of help with their lawn. But nobody answered at first, and I actually came back a few different days in a row because
when my elderly neighbor asked me to mow her lawn, I say, hell no, I didn't enable your aristocratic tendencies. Like my hair got to keep people on their toes. Well, I'm going to fuck it up.
I knew somebody lived here since every time I knocked on the door, the dogs inside would start going crazy. Eventually, the last time I came by, a young girl answered the door and I explained that I'd love to clean the whole place up completely free of charge. Something else that feels kind of good is if you go to SB Mowing's TikTok page and you click their link tree, it's not riddled with affiliates. It only links to their charity, their merch, and their website, which is fine. Look, I don't think you should have to disclose an ad for your own company that you are doing it, because very obviously your content endorses yourself, otherwise you wouldn't make it. Funnily enough, I discovered SB Mowing also has SB Power Washing, because of course they do. Like I said, it's the same itch. Hey everyone, this is Spencer with SB Pressure Washing, and I saw this huge driveway that was caked with dirt. I knew I had to knock on the door.
He's literally had to deal with police for doing this shit, by the way. For doing the pressure washing and cutting the grass, he's literally had to deal with the fucking cops on him all the time. Champagne blonde. I sadly can't do crazy colors yet. Yeah, I met Spicy Water when they were a redhead. So that's how I see Spicy Water.
Homer told me she's wanted to get it done for a while, but her husband didn't care too much for it.
My hair is green because I'm American. I have a loan.
So they'll go ahead and pass. But I told her I'd love to take care of it for free, and she changed her mind pretty quick. This is the biggest driveway I've ever done, and it took me about 6 hours to do, but it turned out beautifully. Sorry for leaving this type of content till towards the end of the video, because look,
This is the majority of Lawn Talk. Most of it is good and feels good and is about making your community better. I also want to say that this feeling good is probably also driving views to them. As much as rage bait works to get people, so does really good communal things. Not everyone likes to watch bad news. And to be fair, the creator I showed at the beginning of this video with the boulder, his name is The Lawn Tools. Yeah, he is doing big community projects as well. Currently like renovating a soccer field by removing boulders and getting it up to snuff.
There's a rock in this soccer field.
Chat, I have literally watched this video and I have not seen the conclusion of this video. But every time I've seen the follow-up on it, the rock is still not out. Only thing I like about Walmart is ability to change hair. I did pink before I chopped most of it off. I yearn for those days. I have dark red wine hair right now, but I'm going blonde when it grows out. Man floods poor neighbor's driveway with high pressure water after pressuring them to destroy their natural garden. His friend broke his ankle. Be sensitive. Wait, this guy? You talking about this guy? I'm saying I'm mad that I haven't seen the conclusion of this. It has nothing to do with this guy not getting the rock out. I'm saying I haven't seen the conclusion of it yet. The next time after this, it was flooding. He was doing it in the rain.
We're actually doing a whole renovation on this local soccer field here, including putting a couple 100 tons of sand out there and digging up a bunch of these rocks. I'm not actually 100% sure that it's not all one.
His friend broke his ankle in the video follow-up? What? Oh my God, that's crazy. I like the holes. Should I dye my grays? No. Auto. Monk cut. Monk cut. Monk cut, Auto. Also, chat, I've been thinking about it, and sub goals, I think, should be like I don't shave for a month. And I might put the monk cut in there. Monk cut just keeps all the grays. Ghost should go bald too. We've literally talked about this. We've literally talked about this. When I buzz my hair, I look like a neo-Nazi. When I buzz my hair, I look like a neo-Nazi. That's why I don't buzz my hair anymore.
A huge rock.
On screen, I look like a neo-Nazi.
That's where the good vibes stop rolling, because we can't talk about lawns without talking about their real world effects. And contrary to my...
I'm going to dye my grays white. Oh, go silver. I like it, Auto. Also, I don't have gray hair because I'm awesome.
Anecdote at the beginning of the video, lawns are growing all over the world, or at least in the West, and it's having real ramifications on the environment. Yes, lawns are making the world worse. Head over to YouTube and watch any of the countless videos from people much smarter than me, especially like Climate Town, who has an entire video about the ramifications ecologically from lawns. And if you want even more information, there's a very good video from a smaller YouTuber called The Simple Environmentalist, who also breaks down the ecological ramifications of lawns being...
Damn it, Ghost, you got the good genes. Apparently, somebody said that I have a receding hairline. So I was thinking about starting to take the shit that Hassan's taking. Even though this says like one of the side effects is low libido, but I'm not having sex anyway, so. Ghost, do not go shorter. Okay, I wasn't planning on going shorter, but okay. Show us your hairline. Looks fine to me. Looks pretty decent. Dad's sister has a genius. They still look
normalized. There is kind of this joke
it's
that
great.
Everything gives you cancer.
That's what I thought.
But really, when it comes to lawns, it all does. Fertilizer was a chemical weapon, literally.
Which is why you should do a wild lawn. You should do a wild lawn.
And it's in the water now and in the environment and a...
Not sure what hairline that person was looking at. It was a drunk person at the bar. They probably were looking like right here, saying like, oh, it's receded. And I'm like, whatever. It was a drunk person that was talking to my dad, and my dad was entertaining him, and I'm just kind of sitting there not acknowledging him because I don't want him to be around. And then he was talking about like a local area, and he's like, oh, that's where all the girls go in the summer, and then in the winter, that's where the gays go. And he goes, you're going to go in the summer, right? I'm like, well, what if I wanted to go in the winter? And that's all I said. And the guy kind of just stepped back. And my parents accused me of what the fuck? What did they say? My parents accused me of like pushing my own philosophical beliefs on him. I'm like, no, I was fucking making him maybe think about not shitting on gay people because you don't know who's gay and who's not gay. Maybe don't shit on gay people because they're human beings. And then later on in the conversation, we found out that he's been taking care of his wife, and his wife has MS. And there's no medications in the United States for his wife. So he literally went across the border to Canada to get the medication for him, or for his wife. And that he would do whatever it takes to save her. And he walked away eventually. And I said to my parents, I said, that's why I fight for what I fucking fight for. I don't agree with him at fucking all, but that guy should have fucking medical coverage for his fucking wife and everything like that. And my parents were like, very like, okay, we get it now. And then, of course, my dad later that night fucking told me that his worldview is dim. See, I should have dropped on him. I'm like, if the world is going to go to shit like you're claiming to, it's going to go to shit, then what's the point of me continuing to live? What's the point? What's the point of me continuing my life if the world is going to go to shit and you think nothing can get better? They're not ready for that? Yeah. It'll be fun to watch it go into shit. Yeah, my dad straight up said, I'm like, good things are allowed to happen. And he goes, they won't. I'm like, they're allowed to happen. He's like, no, they won't. I'm like, I'm sitting there like, all right, whatever. Try to have that convo with my mom once. I live apart now from her.
Lawnmower that you're pushing around is spitting out toxic.
Well, my dad right now, he's just so focused on fucking getting to retirement that he's like so terrified of something going wrong that he's going to lose his retirement. Which, spoiler alert, once that AI bubble pops, it's over. And he's also told me that unions are bad and pensions are bad because pensions are like one income the rest of your life. Because his dad got fucked over by unions because the corporate people fucked them over, so they lost all their pension money. And then he's like, no, just get the bag, just get as much money as you can for yourself. And I'm sitting there like, what the fuck is wrong with you? So go easy on your dad. Lots of people have retirement anxiety. No, he's pro-union, but then he sits there and says like the most selfish shit. And he's also uneducated too. Like, I used to think he was really, really smart and really, really intelligent and that he like knew his stuff. And like the more I've become an adult and the more I've kind of learned about like history and stuff, the more I've realized that he's willfully ignorant on stuff and just not a curious mind. But he has the American brain rot where he's only worried about himself and doesn't see the big picture. And he just wants to get to retirement. But yeah. Dad's just ready for retirement, but I know his body ain't ready because it always needs to be active. I mean, he could do lawns, Danny. He could take care of his lawn. He's ready to take my mom back to Mexico and live his years. As a dual citizen, he can get pension from both countries. That'd be cool. I'm ready for retirement. I am too. I jokingly say that I retired 5 years ago. But when I win the lottery tonight, when I win the Powerball for $663 million, I will retire. And I will still stream for all you wonderful people.
Gas that is less regulated than your F-450 Super Duty that you run over small children with. It's insane how many levels of bad this stupid grass patch is. Also, it's like one of the most common.
We all get a cut of the winnings? No, you're going to get even better broadcasting. You're going to get even better broadcasting. Because I'm going to have a house and I'm going to have a full studio for the stream. And I'll be able to fly places and shit. And I'll be able to get the IRL backpack so I could stream everywhere. I'll take the money. Okay. You're not getting the money. F450 Super Duty King Ranch 4x4 all-wheel drive premium edition. 4x4 all-wheel drive. I just need day streams so I can work while Ghost yaps. That's what I'm hoping for. That's the goal, Danny. That's the goal is to do day streams. We will be starting with a day stream tomorrow. Tomorrow afternoon, I will start the 24-hour stream. And then we will do 24 hours into Friday. And then if we do if we do Unhinged Friday, I will continue streaming. So it'll be 24+ hour stream.
And allergies. Even grass doesn't want to be around us.
Did you know you can be allergic to grass?
Delay the 24-hour stream to Friday? Friday into Saturday? No, I'm doing it Thursday into Friday so that you all can view me Friday for those that can view me at work. But also so I can rest all day Saturday for because I have 2 really big baseball games on Sunday. I'm gonna listen while I'm driving for 2 hours. Nice.
Grass allergies are one of the most common allergies people experience.
All right, I think it's time to move on and answer some questions you may have had throughout the video. Specifically one kind of at the beginning when I talked about my observation as an American. Was it correct? And well,
allergies?
No. You see, I found a video by The Backyard Naturalist, which I'll put a link to down below, that goes into detail about Australia's problem with lawns.
Australian gardens are still very much influenced by the classic English style. Roses, hedges, lawns. It's cultivar colonialism. There's still a lot of Aussies who live in denial about the fact that they're no longer British. Look, Cobbs, you're not in Shitterton anymore. You're in Tittybong.
Nice. Got him.
In that video, The Backyard Naturalist never actually gets into care the same way I talk about it at the beginning. You know, Americans caring and all. And
hedges are fucking awesome, though. I don't disagree. I want to hedge. You want to hedge your bets? What happens at the 13-hour mark? What do you mean, Otto? What do you mean what happens at the 13-hour mark? I have allergies. I don't know what specifically I'm allergic to, but like pollen and stuff. Like I had to take allergy medicine this summer for the first time since I moved here. Allergic to these nuts. Got him. Got him! Otto, you took Danny's joke. I got all the bad genes from my dad.
To be fair, it's hard to quantify. I did find an article that says if anyone cares as much about their lawns as Americans, it's Australians. And I kind of agree. If I really sit down and think about why I had this thought, it's because right before moving to Australia, I had moved to Texas and I was living in suburbia, surrounded by boomers with way too much time on their hands, so they made their lawns a 10 out of 10. Now, when I came to Australia, I originally lived somewhere more rural and then went to the city. And going to the city, I found out there's the same boomers in the same suburbia caring just as much about their lawn. Anyways, it's time to go throw shrimp on the Barbie, have a meat pie, and like pray to the king or something. See you in the next video.
Nice. Nice. Good video by Carter. Good video by Carter. Make sure you all give it a thumbs up. Make sure you watch it too. Posted about a week ago. My lawns are about 30% grass. The rest is clovers, dandelions, and other pollinator-friendly plants. It's insane how much biodiversity U.S. lawns hurt. I'm Polish, and the joke at 324 was extremely hurtful. My friends will be sending their complaints later when I pass over the computer. That's a good one. Can we watch SB mowing videos now? I mean, do you want me? You want to watch? You want to just watch that on stream? So bad mowing. You don't want to watch why Mexico City's trains have tires? You don't want to talk about trains? Do you know what community you're in? Really watch that? I didn't watch it. I didn't watch it. I didn't watch it. Do you want me to not watch it? Can I do something? I'm going to go to Mexico and undo the train. You're undoing the train? What do you mean you're undoing the train?
This is Mexico City's metro, and if you look closely, it doesn't look like other trains. And that's because underneath this carriage are tires.
Guys.
Actual rubber tires. Which got me thinking, why would one of the busiest underground railways in the world be running on technology designed for cars? And doesn't this add unnecessary expense and complications like tire wear?
Look, I'm just here until Ghost wants to do the UFC showdown. That's not alone. Blame Ghost. What? No more trains in Mexico, and it's my fault?
Mexico City is not built on normal ground. It's built on the remains of Lake Texcoco, an enormous lake system that once filled this valley. But because the city is built on a lake bed, it means the soil beneath it is soft and compresses unevenly, which results in many issues that I talk about in an upcoming video, coming very soon.
Man-made
When
land.
Mexico City started building its metro system in the 1960s, engineers had to ask themselves many questions. How can we move millions of people throughout the city most efficiently? How can we build this system in an area in which the ground is sinking unevenly and everything needs to be stable? And finally, how can we prevent that problem from getting any worse? I mean, as you can see, most trains in other places, we've got steel wheels on steel beams. It is a little bit loud, a little screechy, sure, but I mean, there's a lot less wear and tear. And look, another one's just coming on by. Just give them a wave. Wow, majestic creatures. Steel wheels on steel rails are incredibly efficient. That's why trains like the DLR behind me still use them. Sure, they might be a little squeaky, little screechy. However, one of the big things that this system has that rubber tires don't, well, they reduce vibrations. I think you could probably understand why a city like Mexico City would not want their trains to be adding extra vibrations to the soil.
I need to pee. I need to pee. I'll be right back.
Each other, the water's coming up, and that makes an uneven surface of the earth, so buildings don't have a very good foundation.
Oh, shit.
And you can see how the pennies end up collapsing because they weren't on very stable soil.
So Mexico City went with a system that had...
Okay, I kind of want to watch this.
Already been tested elsewhere. That's right, Paris. In the 1950s, the Paris Metro had been experimenting with rubber-tired trains that were developed in part with Michelin. You know, the tire company that also for some reason is involved with restaurants and food. The thing about rubber tires is they provide better grip, which means that accelerating and braking is much smoother, especially for the passenger, and it also means that there's less screeching on the curves and fewer vibrations. Sounds like a win-win-win-win-win, right? The CDMX Metro officially opened in 1969, and with the inauguration of Line 1, it became the second ever metro system in the world that had rubber-tired trains. But the weird thing is, given that one of the main goals of using rubber tires is to reduce vibrations over the steel-wheeled system, you might be surprised to hear that, well, the system in Mexico City also has steel wheels. It's just they have a very specific use case.
The rubber tires run along special rollways, but there are also conventional steel rails in the middle. Those steel wheels help with switching, guidance, and backup if a tire fails. It's not really like a situation of if a tire fails, but when. And that's the main issue with this system,
it is when.
depending on who you ask.
If you ask an average person what their opinion on this is, they'd probably say that, you know, they appreciate some of the pros of the rubber tires that we've discussed, but also the negatives, that including, well, when rubber gets heated up, when braking and accelerating quickly, it's going to pass articulates into the air. That's probably not for the best. But if you ask the tire company Michelin, they're probably just gonna say, hey, it's the cost of doing business. It just happens to be that this metro system...
Why we build shit that's earthquake-proof because of sand? That makes sense.
...requires a lot of their product that need to be purchased every single year and makes them a lot of profit. Hey, seems like an okay system to us, right? And after Michelin got the system to work in Paris and they moved on to Mexico and it worked there as well, they moved to Santiago, to Montreal. The rubber-tired system actually exists in quite a few cities around the world.
So depending on how charitable you are, this is either a beautiful example of French engineering solving a very specific urban problem, or one of the greatest tire sales pitches in public transport history. Honestly, I do think it's a bit of both.
But the thing is, every single carrier wheel, i.e. the wheels that carry the weight of the train, these cost over 20,000 Mexican pesos each. That's about 1,000 pounds. As of January 2025, the Mexican Metro just signed a whopping 90 million peso contract with Michelin to supply them with 3,000 carrier wheels. That's just enough for 1 year. What's 9?
That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money for 1 year of tires.
90 million Mexico pesos in GBP. What? Holy shit. That's a lot of money. 4 million quid every year for the tires? So essentially that's an added...
Actually, that's not that bad. That's not that bad. For the amount of trains that they have, that's not that bad. It just sounds bad because it's in pesos.
Cost, a value of 4 million British pounds each and every year, just for something that's going to be blowing out constantly.
That's one of the reasons you use steel wheels and steel
When I first saw
rails.
these tires in the trains in Mexico City, my first thought was obviously, why the heck would anyone put tires on a train? But then the more I learned about it, the more I was like, okay, maybe this is just a different system with its own set of pros and cons. But as I've now ridden many of the trains in Mexico City, I want to say I think the benefits to the consumer are a bit overstated, especially when it comes to how smooth the experience can be. When I rode the trains, it wasn't like, ooh, stopping and starting was a super smooth experience for everyone, but people were jostling all around the carriage, so it really wasn't that good. But hey, there is one benefit to the system that I don't think anyone can argue about. It is a very quiet experience, especially compared to London's Jubilee line. Though
I wasn't dreaming we did watch this. Oh no, we did. I played it for you guys when I was doing something.
that's a low bar to clear, but a bar cleared nonetheless.
And even the DLR behind me. I mean, can you hear that? It's not too loud, right? That's DLR.
See, now I watched it, chat.
It's a bit of a short one from me, and hopefully I'll see you back on my channel next Sunday.
Quick Jorkin break.
Goodbye.
I think I was doing laundry.
Never stop in these trains, eh?
I think I was finishing laundry. I've been editing here. I've been watching this guy forever. Yeah, this is my first video I saw of his. But yeah, chat. All right, chat. On to 10 Division. 10 Division. I ate the weirdest meals in America. I'm excited for this one. This is the same Ted that we watched grow food out of fast food waste. That was a fun video. I remember doing that video. So chat, watch alongside of it, and if you like it, give it a thumbs up. But I like his video about public transport in his hometown in Jersey. He visits Philly for a day. Oh, that sounds interesting. We also, there's a follow-up to the reflecting pool video that I saw. Goes quick quiz. Where is Old Jersey? England. Aqua Diary. It's close though. Was it Wales or Scotland? Yeah, Aqua Diary. They have a follow-up for the reflection pool video that I would like to watch. No, it's its own thing. What? Jersey's its own thing? That's crazy. Also, one of my favorite movies to watch is Greatest Game Ever Played, and they talk about Jersey. And the dudes are from Jersey, and someone shits on Jersey, and the guy gets punched in the face. It's fucking hilarious. Held under British thumb until Chicagoland frees it.
Loved their weird foods. If they didn't, Burger King wouldn't have attempted to sell us a bacon sundae in 2012. Gross. But some of these weird meals are extremely local, specific to the areas they were invented
clean your
in. So, like a sane person, I traveled across the country to try some of the strangest meals in America.
You should clean, because I don't clean because I stream here.
To answer one simple question, folks. What is the weirdest meal that I could eat? Starting in Rochester, New York, the city of lights, the city of dreams. This is where I braved the pouring rain and headed for the first stop on our journey, Nick Tahu Hots, where we'd be testing out the famous dish, the garbage plate. And I say we because for this stop, I'd be joined by a friend. Hey. Grace Ryder, TikTok extraordinaire, comedian, and also...
That is a question. I do want to move my bed. You could do it. You could do it, Danny, while we were watching this. The garbage plate, nasty word.
So Katniss Everdeen.
The games, the Hunger Games, garbage plate. I'm under the impression a garbage plate is literally just like restaurants used to have all their extra shit and then they would just like literally throw it out and then that's how the garbage plate became a thing.
Yeah, they were just like, give us all the garbage.
They were like, give us all the leftovers.
Give us all the crap that you don't want. In reality, a garbage plate is a bed of macaroni salad along with some home fries. Then it's topped with 2 cheeseburgers, some mustard, and a specialty secret recipe meat sauce. Basically, it's a big old load of slop. And Nick Tahu Hots, that's where the original was born.
So like, I actually kind of really fuck with like slop and like I love tuna. So like, I like stinky, gross food. Like I'm down to eat leftovers all day.
We're gonna head in there. We're gonna get a little.
I haven't eaten. That shit looks good.
Sloppy.
Gloppy.
Toppy.
Sloppy.
So we headed on into Nick Tahu Hots to get my first weird meal of this trip.
Can we get 2 garbage plates?
Mac and home fries and everything?
Oh, the classic way.
Classic. Okay, the classic one?
Yeah.
That's it.
And while we're ordering our...
Wait, there's other ways outside of the classic? Boiled eggs it is. Hard-boiled eggs are great.
Food, this would be a good time to explain the 2 rules I've given myself for this video. No matter what, even if I
dated a guy from Rochester. The men from there are much like their signature dish. Sloppy. And full. And not filling.
don't like the meal I'm trying, I have to take at least 3 bites out of it. 2, if they sell
garbage, wow. 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 I like mine with lemon and salt. Wow, Becca. I can't believe you would say that thing about men.
T-shirt, I will be purchasing that t-shirt. Why this rule? I don't know. I just like a souvenir. Even if the only t-shirt available is a XXL. T-shirt acquired.
Thank you.
The first thing we noticed about this restaurant was surprisingly how empty it was.
It is like shockingly empty in here.
I was expecting like they're throwing garbage plates. They got like 6 guys.
But without further ado, the garbage plate. Upon inspecting my garbage plate, what stood out to me the most was the slathering of mustard on the hamburger. This thing was possibly the sloppiest looking meal I've ever seen.
If somebody gave this to me, I would be like,
wait, it's hamburgers. It's just like the patty with cheese on it.
You just gave me
Just give me a garbage plate.
It also came with a beautiful side of bread.
Just raw bread.
That's for the slop.
Oh, that's the slop of it.
That's the slop of it all.
Oh, that's too slop at all.
Grace and I spent some time both trying to figure out how to attack this meal. I chose to mix everything up to create the ideal homogeneous slop. And now it was time for the first bite. What I'll say about the flavor, even not being the hugest fan of mustard, once you had it all mixed up, it made sense in my mouth.
It'd be better with garlic
from
bread.
The macaroni salad.
Everything is better with garlic bread.
Grease from the meat sauce, the tart from the mustard. It all comes together in a peculiar harmony. That is to say, it was pretty good. We then started observing other strategies to consume the garbage plate.
Yeah, do it like it's like Italy or something.
Yes.
I'm trying it
I'm not racist, but garlic bread is better than other bread. True.
like this. Garbage plate on toast.
Open face garbage plate.
I'm kind of literally cooking right now.
Yeah, wait a second.
So we finished up our garbage plates and it was time to give it a ranking on the weirdness scale.
The weirdness level, how do we rate the weirdness on that?
I was giving it a 4, but actually my heart's telling me 3.
Yeah, I'd say it was probably 3 on the weirdness scale. But that's okay, because the next spot might be a little bit weirder.
See you later, Grace.
I'm hoping over the course of this journey that I can get something to get close to the illustrious 10 out of 10 on the weird scale. My next stop is in Cincinnati, Ohio, and I certainly could just fly there. For some reason, it
Chat, do you want me to start doing this content? Just drive around and eat weird shit?
feels like less effort to just drive.
So I hit the road, starting my journey to our next weird food, driving 214 miles to my first hotel just outside of Cleveland, Ohio, where I'd be getting some well-deserved.
Yes, that's what you guys want. Oh my God, I could write off so much shit. I could write off so much shit for stream, but I would lose so much money. You make it at home. Chicago food tour, I would fucking do that in a heartbeat. I do need to go to Chicago. I want to go to Wrigley, and I want to see the White Sox stadium too. Because the White Sox are the real working class team, even though the ownership sucks.
Garbage plate digesting sleep.
Start small, Ghost.
I'm so ready to go to bed. This is probably my worst video idea. Yeah, no, this is probably my worst video idea.
Welcome to Ohio.
Ohio. Now that we're here in Ohio, I suppose I'll fill you in on what we're eating today. I've known about this food for years, and this is practically the reason why I did this video, was because I wanted an excuse to go to Ohio to try the real thing. This is a food that I lovingly refer to as Cincinnati dog slop. It's Skyline Chili.
Skyline Chili is an iconic Cincinnati staple. To put it simply, you start
like with hotel breakfast or like country club food. You think they would allow me into a country club? Danny, you disgust me. Hotel breakfast sounds pretty good, but it's all the same. I guess I could do golf courses, but fuck hotel breakfast. If it's free, I was just thinking, if it's free, Otto, that was mean. Look, Otto.
A bed of beautiful spaghetti. You top this with Skyline's secret recipe chili, and you finish it off by piling on an almost comedic...
I'm from Texas. We have the waffle. Are you talking about the Waffle House? If it's free, it's just part of the money you paid for the night. True. The Texas-shaped waffle.
Decadent mountain of cheese.
And if you're
Spaghetti,
from
chili,
Ohio,
and
this
cheese?
might seem like a totally normal food. This might just seem like cereal to you. And to that I say, what the hell? I think we're gonna maybe get up to 6 on the freak scale. I've renamed it. It's the freak scale. So I got ready to roll. I started hyping myself up. I guess I'm gonna be fighting the Skyline Chili here. I don't know what I'm doing. I packed up and headed out the door. And oh boy, did I have excitement in my heart, let me tell you, because today it was
time to head to Skyline Chili, baby.
I despise hotel breakfast so much. Sometimes I'd rather just go hungry and sneer at the pig gobbling that shit up as I walk past. My stomach reluctantly betraying me as it grumbles. Otto, please tell me. This is how Otto. This is the hill that Otto dies on. Chicagoland Independence, and fucking hating hotel breakfast.
So I began my journey of 281 miles to Cincinnati, Ohio. It was nice to be back on the road again, journeying to experiences weird and unknown. And in preparation for my journey to
Wait, why did he just fly to Cincinnati? What the fuck? Hotel breakfast does suck, but I'm still eating it. Is there already? Yeah. The hard-boiled eggs are good. The scrambled eggs suck. The hard-boiled eggs are good, though.
Skyline Chili, I decided to hit up my best friend Tucker's wife, Emma, who spent much of her childhood growing up in Cincinnati, and as a result was a Skyline Chili expert.
You're gonna get good spaghetti, you're gonna get really good fluffy cheese. You can get a cheese coney.
Oh, this also reminds me in Ireland when I ordered spaghetti as a kid, there was potatoes underneath the spaghetti. There was French fries underneath the spaghetti. Chips.
To get a cheese coney.
What is a coney?
So a coney is a hot dog with Skyline on top.
Oh, like a chili dog?
Yeah, it's like a chili dog, but with Skyline. For Skyline, you can get a 3-way, a 4-way, or a 5-way.
Oh, okay. What's like the local thing to do?
They put potatoes with everything, kiddo. They put chips with everything.
I get a 4 with onions because I don't really like the beans on it.
I might do the one with the onions then.
And they have oyster crackers too that you get first.
Am I supposed to put the oyster crackers on it? Like it's like a cup of clam chowder?
After you eat, there's going to be like a lot of like chili and juices on your plate. And you can kind of use the crackers to soak it up. And that's pretty good.
Oh, okay.
Honestly, it's good you called because you would have gone in blind. Yeah, enjoy Skyline.
I will.
I feel like I've heard of Skyline Chili.
So I completed my drive to the beautiful city of Cincinnati, Ohio. And upon parking, I was hit with all of the Skyline branding, and I will say, they did have a mascot in the parking lot, and knowing me, that's a good sign. Especially at the home
Skyline
of the
Chili
infamous Cincinnati Dog Slop. The moment I sat down, I was overwhelmed with the feeling of local hype that surrounded this restaurant. It was clear that this was a critical part of a Cincinnatian's diet. There were people young and old in here engaging in what seemed to be, at minimum, a weekly
This is the most ridiculous food I've ever seen in my life. That poor old dude. This is the most ridiculous food I've ever seen in my fucking life. I don't think I would ever eat this shit.
Ritual. These people, they were like aliens to me, but I wanted to understand them. The menu had a lot of things available on it, but I was only focused on one spot, obviously the cheese conies and Skyline Chili. Almost instantly, I was greeted by a very lovely server who walked me through this confusing world I knew so little about.
Shout out into the 10th before go-ahead 2-run shot from PCA, only for the Cards to walk it off with 3 in the bottom of the inning. Gold. The Phillies blew a 6-run lead before I even went to work today. So, yeah. Chili is the only food I don't eat. I mean, I started eating chili as I got older, and I've expanded my palate and am willing to eat stuff.
Probably eat the regular size spaghetti and have a cheese coney.
Ooh, okay.
Those hot dogs, that's how big the cheese conies are.
Gotcha. I ordered 1 cheese coney and a Skyline Chili with onions. And thank God I was given the insider information because I was already impressing the locals.
I don't even eat beans, and I'm Mexican. I love our chatters are like openly embracing the fucking stereotypes. Chili's the only food I don't eat. Same. I love chili. Yum. My dad makes a good chili, apparently. I haven't had it yet, though. Beans are great. Yeah, I've started eating beans, but I don't make them myself. If they happen to come with something, then I'll eat it. But give me that poverty food. Beans are fucking great. Y'all are insane. I had to explain to my boss about my humor. Oh, God. Fox, let's get chili and pie.
That's a good order.
Okay. They clearly had their system down to a science because my order showed up in quite literally a minute and 30 seconds. Oh, wow. Oh my God,
that was quick. Holy shit.
So I started off with the coney.
How do you feel about cheesecake? Is it a pie? It's not a pie. Because did you try the Heinz baked beans in a can when you went to the UK? I did eat beans for breakfast, and I ate it. And I'm like, how do you guys fucking eat this shit for breakfast? I don't know if it was specifically Heinz, but we went to a restaurant. I was asking Fox. My bad, Becca. I said something along the lines of, see, I ain't fat. I made it through just fine when I was in the dairy cooler. Huh. What the fuck, Danny? I would ask questions too. Can't have flour in a pie filling. Also, Rise's pie filling just sits there. Ooh, gold coming in. Gold coming in with debunking.
This was, as expected, the less weird food of the two. I think a chili dog is a pretty established food item, and in this case, the amount of cheese seemed far more appropriate.
Okay, that was insane. Did you see how many dogs he was holding?
Dog is a pretty established.
That's fucking crazy. That's a shit ton of dogs. Is that like a taco holder there? All Latin America eats beans for breakfast? What do you mean? Wait, really? Oh, I guess that makes sense. I guess the beans that I'm thinking about, though, are like those fucking red beans with the sauce. And it just, ugh. Anyway, hi, Ellie. Gonna get the stuff because the eggs taking up all the space, the pallet of eggs. Okay, Danny. Okay, I get it. Beans in the morning, beans in the afternoon. Do not disrespect my pies. Do not disrespect my pies nor my cakes by obfuscating the line between the two. Those are not real beans. See, so what are you getting mad about, Ellie? It's also British cuisine, so like they don't really know how to cook food.
Food item, and in this case, the amount of cheese seemed far more appropriate. But it was also phenomenal, and I could certainly see myself housing about, I don't know, 17 of them? Pretty good. So I cleared my palate to move on to the main event, which was the Skyline Chili. The creme de la crop. I'm a little nervous. This was an intimidating meal because I'd already heard a lot of lore behind this dish, but I couldn't wait any longer. It was time for my first bite. And I must inform all of you watching at home.
Sorry, y'all ruined. I ruined it. I ruined the moment. I ruined the moment by getting Aqua Diaries podcast back up.
It was time for my first bite. Behind this dish, but I couldn't wait any longer. It was time for my first bite. And I must inform all of you watching at home, it was good. Almost more so than the garbage plate, the three factors of the Skyline Chili seem to complement each other in a very strange way.
Okay, I like this style of editing, doing this shit. This shit is cool. I would love to do this shit. Also, I think once I finish this video that I'm editing right now, I want to start doing the sports economics videos. I think I'll try to make them like 10 minutes long. We eat beans with eggs for breakfast and corn tortillas or bread. Can't say what I want to say. Oh, thanks, Becca. I'm here to fact check that assurance and find it false. Whatever you want. Well, I think I would sucker in sports fans. Because like every time I bring up a conversation with my players, they're like very like, oh yeah, that's a good take. Because like one of the things we were talking about today was the NBA. And they were like, oh, we don't like the old school NBA was better. And like they allowed them to be more physical this playoffs. And I'm like, well, just so you know, like literally all the rules are because of the owners. Like it's the owners, it's not the players. The owners are the ones that make the rules. They're like, oh yeah, that is true. I'm like, yeah. Sitting for a while. Also, you will never guess where I am. At a bar. I'm confused. Why is Otto apologizing? That you can't say what you wanted to say. He's nuts, Miami. Are you in the walls, Becca?
like an entirely different species of slop that I was engaging with. I knew the food I was eating was weird, but I couldn't stop.
My first impression, I kind of get it. I'm understanding what's going on here.
Something about Skyline chili you should know is that the chili doesn't really taste like regular meaty chili that
I'll just say to you disgusting, Danny. Why the fuck would I be on Twitch at a bar? Why not? Why not? You don't go on Twitch at a bar? I was on all your Twitch channels when I was at a bar at TwitchCon. Just so y'all are aware.
You'd have with some sour cream or chives or whatever. It had more of a spice to it with cinnamon and cloves that ended up working with the cheese and spaghetti in a great way. It became clear how absolutely critical the cheese was to...
I mean, I don't go to bars, but when I'm at TwitchCon, I go to bars. We went to a lot of bars at TwitchCon. And I plan on going to a lot more bars at TwitchCon this year. And hopefully my best friend Keko is there. And we do unhinged shit together.
This entire equation. Because Skyline chili was also soupier than a regular chili, so the cheese acts like a glue that holds every bite together. To be honest, it felt like Midwestern black magic. Overall, I was very impressed with just the essence of community that I felt when I stepped into this restaurant. Despite how weird the food was, you could tell that this was so many people's childhood, and you could tell that people had pride for this chili. So I paid for my food, acquired another t-shirt, and that was another weird food down the hatch.
All right, Skyline.
Classic Becca. Make my ass stand and then fuck off and go to bed.
Chili though. Weirdness, I'd probably put it at maybe a 6 on the weird scale. One thing I will say about Skyline chili, tasty. That was tasty. 8.5 out of 10 on.
This concept of chili on pasta being foreign to a person is so strange to me. I mean, it's literally bolognese sauce with a spicier sauce rather than marinara sauce. Danny, thank you for the hydrate.
The taste scale.
So I headed back to my hotel to rest for a little bit, but I actually needed to head back into the city that day.
I have to.
About Skyline chili, tasty. That was tasty. 8.5 out of 10 on the taste scale.
So I headed back to my hotel. Another weird food down the hatch.
All right, Skyline chili though. Weirdness, I'd probably put it at maybe a 6 on the weird scale.
One thing weird, I will say about Skyline and the food was.
So I headed back to Skyline.
Bolognese is ragu verdad. It's meat sauce. It's meat and marinara sauce. Are you talking about ragu the brand? Or is ragu like a specific sauce? This is why I ain't friends with Italians. They confuse me.
Learned another little piece of insider information.
Grater's ice cream?
It's homemade ice cream.
Is there chili on that too?
Well, they actually do make Grater's Skyline ice cream.
Oh, really?
That's right. Just down the street, there was an ice cream establishment that was selling a Skyline chili flavored ice cream. And I knew I needed to try it.
Because I have to follow the wind.
Bolognese is generally like pork, like lamb and stuff with the normal sauce stuff. Really? I thought bolognese was just any kind of meat.
I'm gonna go get the ice cream. Could I get it in a cone? Can I get it in a waffle cone? Thank you so much. Okay, here we go.
Tasting this ice cream was really interesting because I had got it in my head that I was going to be tasting a meat and cheese flavored dessert, when in actuality it was a pretty delicious cinnamon flavored creamy treat. But despite the cinnamon flavor, there were other surprises in store for me.
Oh, that's an oyster cracker. There's an oyster cracker in my ice cream. There's a lot of oyster crackers in this ice cream. Oh, that's shocking.
Yeah, I don't know if I like the oyster crackers in ice cream. I'm not sure if I'm a fan of that choice. On to day 3.
That's gross.
But before we continue on our journey,
ethical reacts,
guys, I'm changing my legal name. I'm changing it to Mr. Procrastination. Because, like I've said in the past, I procrastinate on everything, even things that are good for my health. I've been putting off the optometrist for maybe 2 years now, to the point where my glasses have gotten so scratched up that it would be silly to keep putting it off. Which is why I'm a huge fan of ZocDoc, today's sponsor, since the first time I started using it. Because let's face the hard facts of our world. Insurance websites are incredibly frustrating to navigate. I feel like I'm getting lost in the back rooms of badly designed UI to even figure out which doctors I'm allowed to visit. But ZocDoc is awesome because it solves the frustrating part of the experience and makes it actually easy to make appointments. ZocDoc lets you search and compare local in-network doctors. They have over 150,000 providers in 200 plus specialties across all 50 states. And ZocDoc's website has so many reviews from actual patients and detailed doctor profiles so you can actually make an informed choice. Now there is a catch here though, and the catch is that it's free. Oh, whoopsie, that's not actually a catch. This is just a great free service that makes finding healthcare providers and booking appointments easier for everyone.
I've cleaned my room for a while, and I know for sure I lost something here I needed.
Classic. And I've said this before, but ZocDoc is actually how I found my in-person therapist, who I've been seeing since early 2025. And ZocDoc was great in doing this because I was able to search for things that I was specifically looking for, like being in person or being close to me in Los Angeles. And I was able to see reviews from other patients to get an idea of what they'd be like. And if I didn't use ZocDoc, I probably wouldn't have a therapist right now because I would have been procrastinating the process of dealing with my insurance's website in order to get one. So listen, if there's some sort of appointment...
Free as long as you give up all your... Are you willing to give up... Free as long as you give up all your data. Well, yeah, but then I'll have good mental health, Ellie. Did you think about that? Also, apparently, the flock cameras do not have my license plate yet. But I just read an article that there's flock cameras in a town near me. And the counselors, the city counselors, are trying to gaslight the people into saying, oh, the police are just using the data for investigations. And also, there was just a headline that Texas used 83,000 flock photos to arrest a woman for getting an abortion. So that's what flock cameras are being used for. They already got it all anyway. That's how I look at it. What do you mean, Ghost? I'm working on legislation to try and get rid of them right now. Nice. Yeah. And I'm the Queen of England. Well, the Queen's dead, Danny. I don't think you're dead. There's a website to see if your car was pinged on any flock cameras. I'm here though. Did you know that, Gold? Oh fuck. Yeah, no, there's a website. I think Santa Marxism posted it in Hassan's chat the other day. She's risen. Liz is no longer in a box.
That you've been putting off, ZocDoc, I'm telling you, it genuinely makes it easy. So head to ZocDoc.com/Ted Nivison to check off that appointment off your to-do list. Thanks so much to ZocDoc for sponsoring, and let's get back to the video.
Oh, it's Nivison. It's Nivison, not Nivision. It's Nivison. Son of Nive.
Cincinnati, you have impressed me. Let me say, that was pretty weird.
So I checked out of my hotel, packed up my luggage, made sure to give the rental a good clean out, and headed to the airport because this time I'd be taken to the sky. I said goodbye to my trusty rental car and I headed on in. And before I could get in the air, it was almost like Cincinnati wanted me to lock in the lessons I had learned here. And it worked because I bought 3 of them. But enough distractions, I had to prepare myself for the journey ahead because our next stop in this journey was all the way down in
Florida.
Oh no. Oh no, not
Hi,
Florida.
Welcome to Florida. I'm slightly outside of Tampa, Florida.
Can you move my bed? Because I won't be able to sleep. Wait, why?
I got a new rental car. They upgraded me. It's very nice. There's bugs everywhere. Ooh, I just killed one. Oh. Why did I start in Tampa even though I'm driving north? I wanted a road trip out of this. And so I manufactured one. And we have to drive 4 hours north to Tallahassee, Florida. What's in Tallahassee? Well, you're gonna find out. Come on.
So I began my 275-mile journey from Tampa to Tallahassee. And while I'm doing this drive, I suppose this is a good time to give an actual definition of what I consider to be a weird food. Coming directly from the Tedford English Dictionary, weird meal. A meal assembled from strange ingredients or using normal ingredients arranged in a strange way. Strange, of course, being simply defined as uncommon. Like with the garbage plate, people aren't usually assembling stuff like that. And in the case of Cincinnati dog slop, people aren't often putting chili and cheese on spaghetti. Although I suppose you could make an argument that that's ragu and bolognese. Today I had woken up and immediately hit the road.
We were just talking about that. And he literally said chili is basically ragu. Bolognese.
Without having breakfast. And this 4-hour drive through Florida was doing a really good job of making me excited for any form of sustenance. So when I showed up to my 3rd location in Tallahassee, Florida, Midtown Caboose, I was hungry as hell.
I am here for one thing.
Also, chat, this makes me really excited for GTA 6. But not as excited as chatter should be to avoid the top of the hour ad break. Because the top of every hour, I run a 3-minute ad if you want to avoid the ads, you can pay $5.99 for a subscription or get lucky and get gifted a sub Or you can link your Amazon Prime account to your Twitch account and get a free monthly subscription from Daddy Bezos to your favorite streamer. Hopefully it's me. If it's not me, then hopefully it's one of my friends. But here comes the 3-minute ad break now.
And one thing only, and that is a peanut butter and jelly burger. Some of you might be thinking to yourself, oh, well, Ted, I've had a peanut butter and jelly burger before. Me personally, I think this is a really strange combination of foods, but I'm really excited to try, and I also haven't eaten anything today, so I'm really fucking hungry.
So I headed in for my third strange meal of this trip.
I think I've heard of
order my food. I decided to test the waters on the local opinion of the PB&J burger.
How is the PB&J burger?
It's awesome.
Is it really?
Honestly, yeah.
This was a very exciting piece of information to learn because after not eating all day, I really didn't want to have something that was going to taste bad. I ordered myself a
does he have the seatbelt on the rear
burger,
seat?
medium rare with strawberry jelly and a side of hush puppies. And almost as fast as I ordered, it was in front of me. The peanut butter and jelly burger. Now, upon my initial inspection, we were already leaking some serious fluid on the western flank.
Got a little bit of leakage over here.
I then realized I wasn't sure how much of this was burger juice.
Medium rare on a burger is criminal. Yeah. It also, I feel like, could make you sickly. I eat my steaks rare to medium rare. But yeah. Like I get medium burgers. Oh, also when I ate with my parents at the steakhouse in the area, I ordered prime rib and I asked for rare. They're like, "Can you do medium rare?" I'm like, "I mean, that's fine, but I usually get my steaks and stuff rare." They're like, "Well, they cooked the big prime rib to medium rare." I'm like, "Oh yeah, that's fine. Just whatever." The answer is not eat beef. I'm sorry, Ellie. It's delicious. My bad. Medium's the absolute lowest. I'll go for a burger. Me too. Unless it's like a place that cooks really good. The temp for diseases we use are temps they die instantly at. If you sustain a temperature below that, even for a few seconds, it also kills them. Let me say, Magative Ghost Rider got me watching ads about Domino's Pizza and Meta glasses. Well, Borg is going to buy Domino's Pizza and buy Meta glasses.
Versus strawberry jelly, which was an interesting factor to consider, but I couldn't wait any longer. It was time for the opening bite. This burger was a delight. So far, this was my favorite meal I had eaten on the trip. I'm already a pretty big fan of a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, but the sweetness of the
Ted,
jelly
you were hungry,
worked really well with the burger meat, and the peanut butter somehow worked phenomenally as well. I was getting every magical aspect of two beautiful sandwiches in every bite.
It's really good.
It's good?
Yeah, it's banging.
Awesome. Yeah.
I was being
I'd imagine
visited
this
by
one
a
slaps.
culinary angel of
The strawberry jelly was interesting. I'll say that. The strawberry jelly was interesting.
biblical proportions. It was almost like eating an entree and a dessert at the same time. It was honestly awesome. So I'm proud to say that I became a member of the Clean Plate Club for this meal. And candidly, if it wasn't socially acceptable, oh man, I would have been licking that plate like a beast. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to acquire a t-shirt from Midtown Caboose, but that burger gave me all the satisfaction I needed. And departing from the...
You already have jams and stuff on burgers? Not a huge jump. No, strawberry. The strawberry was the weird one. The fact that it was strawberry. That's what I was saying.
Restaurant, I found myself both perfectly satiated and entirely at peace.
The burger has been completed.
Wait, he didn't get a Skyline Chili t-shirt.
Has been eaten. Midtown Caboose, pretty good. I enjoyed that a significant amount, more than I thought I would. Now, in regards to the weird scale, I think in theory, a peanut butter and jelly burger is weirder when I think about it than when I actually ate it. I would say that a peanut butter and jelly burger is a 4.5 on the weird scale. On the taste scale, that's ranking for me like at a 9 out of 10 right now on the taste scale. And then tomorrow, we keep driving through Florida because I've got another thing to eat. Good morning, children.
Today's goal would be driving from Tallahassee just a short 2 hours to Destin, Florida. But before I start the main drive, I wanted to avoid the hunger I had from the lack of breakfast the day before.
Let's do this thing, baby.
So what better to do in the South than go to the #1 place I always go whenever I have access to this restaurant?
Hell yeah.
Waffle House, baby.
It's a rental.
Waffle
Goes,
House
yeah,
is
but
in
it's
my
still a
top
license plate. It's still a license plate. Is it a rental? Yes, it's a rental. It was a fucking joke. It was a goddamn joke. Oh my God.
Restaurants in the world.
Waffle House. I love Waffle House so much. And I never get to get it because they don't have it in California. They don't have it in Massachusetts. I love Waffle House. I want it so bad.
Honestly, if I could do a video where I only went to Waffle House, I would. Unfortunately, there's more than 2,000 of them. But before I was able to get into the Waffle House, I received an interesting call from my friend Curtis Connor via his Soulja Boy smart glasses.
Hello?
Greetings.
Well, you don't want to FaceTime me?
No, I don't have the capabilities right now.
And don't get me wrong, it was nice to catch up with my buddy, but I think that he knew in that moment I was dying to get some waffles.
And I know you're about to get into, you're about to go into Waffle House.
Yeah, I'm about to go to Waffle House right now.
And I knew that because of my Soulja Boy smart glasses.
Oh. Oh, they could see, you could see me from here?
You're gonna order eggs and bacon and hash browns.
No waffles? You don't think I'm going to Waffle House for the waffles? Are you kidding me right now?
Okay, Curtis was
Bro,
kind
I'm so fucking bummed I don't have a Waffle House near my school. Your school's too fancy for a Waffle House.
right, I did get the sausage ball. But don't get it twisted. I was buttering, slathering, and housing my fair share of waffles,
Ever get waffles
like a
at my
hungry
Waffle House?
caveman. Anyways, that's not why we're
ever
here. We've got to hit the
ate at
road.
Waffle House. It's really not. Buc-ee's? Buc-ee's?
So I began my 159-mile journey to Destin, Florida, with my objective to tasting my final weird Floridian food, which this time around would be none other than alligator tail. And for people from Florida...
this isn't that weird. This isn't that weird. Literally everybody in the South, on like the southern coast, eats alligator. You know what school I go to you should know? I know, it was joking. Cool. Putting a Waffle House near a school is asking for a kid to get beat up. I mean, we had 2 Waffle Houses at Penn State, so.
Surrounding areas. As always, this might not seem like a super strange meal, but let's make sure that we're looking
Actually, we had 3 Waffle Houses at Penn State. We had 1 downtown. We had 1 north of town. I think there was 1 south of town. Waffle is like a 3 a.m. kind of thing exclusively. Our Waffle Houses were only open in the morning. Never been to a Waffle House in daylight hours? Sorry. No, they're not Waffle Houses. It's the Waffle Shop. It's the Waffle Shop. It's not Waffle Houses. It's the Waffle Shop. And they were packed all the time. There was always a line.
From the perspective of the rest of the world. That's a lizard. You're chopping up and eating lizards, guys. Transparently, I have heard that alligator tail has a pretty normal flavor to it, sort of like chicken, but I've never actually tasted it myself, so I had to reach Destin to determine the truth. Now, I didn't spend too much time researching what specific spot in Destin I'd be trying alligator tail from. In fact, I kind of just chose the first restaurant I confirmed was serving it, so imagine my surprise.
Classic. True to town around my school has a fuck-ass 11 p.m. noise ordinance, so that would kind of fuck over my Waffle House dreams anyway. New development, by the way. Fuck that town. You got a noise ordinance? Okay, bougie. That's what I said. That's what I said, kiddo. I have to remove the closet door now. Danny, what the fuck are you doing? You're moving your bed and removing the closet door to sleep? What?
When I show up to my next stop in Destin, Fuddpuckers.
Fuddpuckers? Wait, didn't he go to Fuddpuckers?
I had, without any intention, stumbled upon a gator-themed restaurant. I was stunned. Not only that, but they happen to have world-famous t-shirts. I'm not sure how t-shirts become world-famous, but they did it. The restaurant's branding seemed to be
Why
built
don't you
in
just take down the wall already? I have a corner of mess and a desk of mess. I need to fix it now since I moved it. I thought you cleaned. I thought you said you cleaned already. Did you not say you cleaned already? I'm looking for love in the Waffle House. I'll drop my digits through communicating using condiments on my plate to a minimum wage employee.
Entirely around gators and the bit of its name sounding like it's a swear, but it's not. Such as pucking you since 1982, or the drastically more aggressive, you ain't been pucked till you've been fud-pucked. The fuck? Damn. But surely the inside can't be as insane as the outside. They've got a gator show? Look at the amount of gators they just have. They just have these. I had waltzed my way into the most gator-focused restaurant in the entire United States. At least to my knowledge, I've only been to one. But despite all of this distracting nonsense around me, I did have an objective. So I got a table in this crazily decorated restaurant, more ready than ever for my first ever gator tail. As I perused the newspaper-style menu, I realized that there were more gator tail consumption opportunities that I was prepared to choose between.
Because there's
fried gator tail, but then there's also ground gator meat mixed with pork. So I'm trying to decide what I should do.
Eventually, what I landed on was simply the gator tail bites appetizer, and for my drink, a
I've seen a guy in Florida just pull a baby gator out of a cooler in his truck. I feel like this place isn't that weird. Florida's just kind of like that. Chat, I'm so fucking excited. I'm so excited for GTA 6 for Florida Simulator. Chat. And it is like perfect because it is the time of year where I'm no longer in my busy season. So I'm literally just going to stream for like 2 weeks straight playing GTA 6. Okay, BB go Mimi's. I have to wake up at 3 to do chores. Okay, Danny. Good night. Beto! Welcome in, Raiders! Welcome in, Raiders. Welcome in, Battle. Battlejuice, thank you for the raid. For those that don't know, I'm Ned Ghost Rider. Most people call me Ghost. I'm a variety gamer. I play a bunch of different games. I also do react content to YouTube videos, which is what we're currently doing, watching 10 Navision. Eating weird things across America. So that's what we're doing. We watch some lawn. We watch a Carter video on lawn care and why Americans are obsessed with it. But yeah, welcome in, Raiders. Hopefully you stick around. Hopefully you enjoy the stream. If you have to raid and run, I understand. But hopefully we'll see you in the future. Thank you, Battle, for the raid. We're going to get right back into it. Chat, go follow Battle. Go follow Battle if you're not following Battle. Battle's cool. Battle's streams are chill. Except Battle and I stream at the same time a lot of the time. Also, hi, Amaya.
pina colada. What a wonderful phrase. This place went above and beyond to be thematically gator, because even my pina colada had a little tiny gator on top of it. Then the anticipated gator tail made its appearance. Shit. At first look, it fell within my expectations of what I'd get. It is, after all, a fried food. It had a little garnishing of Parmesan on it, with a lemon on the side, as well as some sauce. All there was to do now was take my first bite. And it was okay. I think the best way to put it was my response when my server asked me what I thought of my first gator tail.
What's it tasting so far?
It tastes like, like a normal fried meat.
Because that's all it really was. And being a fan of
yeah, it tastes like chicken. Everybody says it tastes like chicken. Have a good stream, Ghosty. Hope you get to try a brain sandwich one day. What? What about a brain sandwich, Battle? What? Gator is good. Those are frog legs, sir. Sheep brains? What? A brain sandwich? I love cabeza torta. Whoa. Battle. I might have to do research on this now. What's a word for brain shit? Ghost, are you okay? My brain... my brain's freezing a little bit. I feel like Mitch McConnell at a press conference. Spoilers? Hold up. Let me ask my mom. Wait. Ellie knows Spanish, Danny. If she likes the sheep brains and tacos, what the fuck? Rookie mistake.
variety of fried food, there really wasn't much that set it apart. So in order to get the
full... go stand the fuck up. I'm already fucking standing, Borg.
Gator tail experience, I decided to remove all of the fried shell from one of the gator pieces to try it as pure gator meat. And all that really did was highlight how rubbery gator tail is. It for sure did not make it better. Despite that, I was enjoying the ambience of this restaurant, and the pina colada was good. And at the very least, I got the experience. But after paying for my meal, I knew I had to try one of the gator-themed activities that was offered here. Because earlier, one had caught my eye. Gator fishing. Sorry, it's not actually fishing for gators. You get a little fishing pole and some pieces of bait, and you get to feed the gators in the water below. But I wouldn't miss an opportunity to roleplay like a...
What the... That's lassoing? No, they just... The bait is like on a rod, and they just let it eat it. So I make Ghost stand even taller the fuck up. Give my man his step stool and high heels. Pork, shut the fuck up. Taste is okay, I guess. I don't like them. Texture is wrong. Well, that's what I'm worried about. That's what I'm worried about. But also, like, I've heard that, like, if you eat brains, specifically like cow brains, that's how you could transfer mad cow disease. So that's why I'm kind of scared. Borg, sit down. I don't know what kind of lassos you've been using.
I'm fishing for my meal. At first, I was lowering the bait all the way down so it was easy for the gators to get. But then I realized, well, the most athletic gator should be the one that gets it. The one that wants it the most deserves the treat. Soon I had these gators reaching for the sky. The athleticism was unmatched.
I have to say, some of these gators are really stupid. They don't really know how to eat properly.
Yeah, that's why no cow brain anymore. You get evil brain eating disease from cow and human brain. See, I know stuff, chat. Cows are asymptomatic while still carrying it, which is why it's so dangerous. Oh. Montalao comes from it too, and is basically meat tied in the sheep's stomach. Isn't that oh shit, what the fuck is the name of that? Haggis? Isn't that haggis? Scottish haggis?
They were incredible. I was satisfied. Next, I went into the Fudpuckers gift shop and picked up one of their world-famous t-shirts, and I headed outside to give my review.
This place is probably the closest thing that I could have found on this video to a themed restaurant, and I'm pretty pleased, to say the least. Talk about a win. On the weird scale, though, once you get past the fact that you're eating a reptile, I'd probably rank alligator at like a 4.5 on the weird scale. Because once you're eating it, it's like just eating a piece of chicken. There's just the mental note that it's a reptile. I think that the fried batter on the alligator is doing a lot of the heavy lifting. I'd probably put it like a 6, maybe even a 5 on the taste scale. It was just kind of like fried food, so I wasn't that impressed. But I have to say, the location itself, I think, saved my experience at this restaurant. Because if they did not have a whole gator show and let me feed gators, I think I would have thrown a tantrum.
After I checked into my hotel, I went and walked along the beaches of Destin. This is just such a beautiful location, and the clouds here were gorgeous on this day.
And
but
the
little
water's
did I know,
like
to finish off
900
my time
degrees,
in Florida,
'cause it's
I would
so
witness
hot
a battle
in the
unlike
Gulf.
anything I'd seen under the cover of darkness.
Whoa. Oh my God, that is so sick. Oh my God, this is so cool. This is so cool. This is the best part of his trip. Not the food. Rating chili on spaghetti higher than gator on weirdness is nuts. Solid 50% higher, no less. I mean, you don't really think about chili on spaghetti just being bolognese. That's it. That's why it's weird. You see a gator at this place in Florida called RJ Gators before it shut down. Maybe it wasn't good. Maybe it was bad, and that's why it shut down. I don't know how else do you eat chili though, on its own. Yeah, do you not eat chili on its own, cold? Is that not a thing?
Good morning. It's 7:07. I've got to drop off my rental car and get the free.
Why would I do that? Because that's how you eat chili. Like, have you never heard of chili cook-offs and shit? When I can put it in a macaroni? Oh, that is good. That's a good point. I never even thought of that.
Out of here and get on a plane. So.
Today we're flying all the way from Florida to St. Louis, Missouri. And I'll admit, at this point on the trip, I had been doing so much traveling that I was starting to get a little bit sick. So once I checked into my
Ghost, it's a restaurant change, but the location I always went to shut down. Oh, I'm sorry, Borg. You know the reason that it shut down is probably because they couldn't pay rent anymore. And probably a private equity place bought it and then kept it for the land. Sorry, bought it, rented the land to itself. Sorry, sold the land to itself, rented it to itself, and then the restaurant itself couldn't pay the rent anymore, so they shut it down. That or Jeffrey Epstein was involved. Probably because it was stinky.
Hotel, I took a nap that lasted a little bit longer than I expected it to. But I had to head out for my goal for today.
So no more napping. Time for eating.
Today's location we'd be heading to in St. Louis was none other than the humble Shotzi's Bar and Grill. And I was about to try out possibly the most worrying meal I'd be consuming on this trip.
Ladies and gentlemen, I have traveled all of this way to St. Louis in order to get one thing and one thing only. And that is the brain sandwich.
The brain
sandwich! God damn it, Bettel. God damn it, Bettel. I guess Ellie has watched this video too, that she said spoilers. Yet another reason St. Louis shit city. Also, I wasn't trying to spoil. The thumbnail has the main course, the brain Sammy. My timing was just too close. Damn it, Bettel. Told you it was spoilers. Well, I guess we're going to find out about the brain sandwich. You're good, Bettel. Worst city in the country? Kidda, thank you for allowing me to sit my ass down and listen. I don't know. I haven't been to St. Louis. I would like to go. I would like to see the arch because I'd rather see that arch than whatever fucking arch Trump is trying to build. And also, I kind of want to try the barbecue, even though I technically have already had it. I think I've already had the barbecue because we flew into Kansas City to go to Pittsburgh, Kansas. So I think I've probably already had the barbecue, but it was pretty good. So I'd like to try it again. I also want to go to a baseball game, a Cardinals baseball game, hopefully against the Phillies. But make this man suffrage? No, I've literally worked so much in the last 2.5 weeks. I need to sit down. Look, I've walked the course he works on. His legs deserve a break. I mean, Kidda didn't walk it. She saw one of the courses that we walk on, which was the easiest walk. So, why would you do that when you could see a better team like the Cubs? You think I could afford a ticket to Wrigley Field? That's fucking cute. And also earlier, I literally talked about going to watch a game at Wrigley and the White Sox Stadium. The arch isn't great, but the Museum of Science and the zoo are fantastic. I would love to go to the Museum of Science. That sounds awesome. I did that at Philadelphia. I did that in Philadelphia, the Franklin Institute. It was great. There's still sand involved. Oh, wait. Oh, I forgot about the hike that we did, Kidda. That was actually the golf course I was on today. I forgot about the hike that we were on. I was thinking about the other one I showed you guys. I'd rather pay for Wrigley and suffer through Bush. Ghost has never heard of getting tickets from TickPick. Not sponsored. Never heard of it. All right, let's do the brain sandwich.
Brain sandwich first emerged in the late 1880s as a...
Yeah, the hike where I got a tick. How could you forget that? Yeah, my bad. I'm sorry that I specifically forgot about the time you got a fucking tick.
working class staple meal, popularized by German immigrants in St. Louis. Originally, it was made with cow brains, which was breaded, fried in lard, and served with mustard, onions, and pickles. However, in the 1980s, with the discovery of a certain little something we like to call the mad cow disease, leading to some serious health concerns, they switched to using pig brains instead, which apparently are similar in texture and taste. In the modern era, the brain sandwich is incredibly rare. And
also, we did pig roast all the time. I don't think we've ever eaten pig brains. Bro, kidda, the only time I got a tick was in the middle of winter in Maine when I was like 5 under. What the fuck? How gold? I got 2. I find ticks from time to time after work and stuff. I probably should have got it with the hike that I did through the woods today. I got Padres tickets on TickPick for $30 and I was in the lowest level. Borg, you can literally... Borg, I pay for just the cheapest tickets just to get into the game. So I'll pay like general admission. I have no fucking clue. Borg, apparently the Twitch block party is in the stadium from what I understand. Must have made its way inside the fall or something and just stayed there. I don't know how it was alive. Never safe.
Shotzi's Bar and Grill
Are ticks better than the Beatles that you're dealing with, kidda?
is one of the very last places that still serves it. I'll be honest, walking into a local eatery like Shotzi's with a camera in hand had me feeling a bit on edge. For all I knew, I was surrounded by seasoned brain eaters, so the pressure was on. I was greeted once again by a very nice server who provided me the menu, and looking at it, I knew I was...
Really? I didn't know that. We sent it off to college to have it tested and it was negative. My uncle has Lyme and is no bueno. Yeah. Yeah, you should avoid ticks. Lyme disease is real.
Was in the right place. Shotzi's, home of the brain sandwich. And I'd be lying if I said I wasn't intimidated. The brain sandwich, a house specialty served on toasted swirl rye bread with red onion, pickles, and hot country mustard. I placed my order and I was told
I think I need to go to St. Louis to eat this.
Be waiting for a bit because each brain sandwich was specially made to order. But after a little bit of waiting, it finally arrived and I was overwhelmed. The cross-section of this sandwich was absolutely terrifying to me.
Jesus
now, I'd like to think of myself as an adventurous eater.
Is that deep-fried brain with cheese in it?
But I'd never explored as far as this.
The whole ass brain?
Uncharted waters for my palate, and I wasn't sure if I was mentally prepared. On top of that, I may have left out a little piece of information.
No
on
cheese?
The state of my...
Wait, there's no cheese? It's just brain? Wait, there's cheese inside of pig brains?
Stomach in this moment. Because I lied. I didn't immediately nap when I got to St. Louis. I may have taken a little detour to Trader Joe's, where I may have consumed an entire thing of cubed pineapple, and maybe, and I'm just saying this hypothetically, I also had like 3 sleeves of butter crackers paired with a particular cheese spread. So in this restaurant, I was tired, a little sick, and kind of full. So keep that in mind when I describe my experience here as I take my first bite. Oh no, oh no. Oh no. My first thought biting into this brain sandwich was that this was
a lot of hot mustard.
Very different texture than I was used to. I also didn't expect
Ellie talking about texture.
The cut of the brain to be as thick as it turned out to be. So the travel time of my teeth through the brain was certainly longer than preferred. Long enough that despite it being fried, gave my brain
The cut of the brain? Did he just say my teeth went through the brain? My teeth went through the brain faster than I expected? Motherfucker, that shit wasn't cut. Told you the texture's wrong.
enough time to determine, yeah, no, that's definitely brain. Despite that, the social anxiety of having ordered a meal that had been specially prepared for me at a local restaurant as a stranger from out of town placed me.
Wait, why is it specially prepared? They said they make them individually? Isn't that how they make sandwiches? Isn't that normal? How you make a sandwich is each sandwich is like specially prepared for you. I mean, like fast food and stuff is made ahead of time. Maybe brain doesn't store very long. Maybe they need fresh brain. Are you saying they killed the pig as he ordered it? I bet they can't prep it very well. I'm speculating. Maybe the brain is frozen and they have to thaw it?
In a zone where I had to make sure I wasn't making any faces that could be perceived as not liking the food. In this moment, I realized this wasn't a meal. This was a boss fight. So I prepared my beer on the side for wash down capabilities and did my best to chew. It was time to finish
Also,
off.
I love that he said his beer. Oh, he said his beer on the windowsill so it wouldn't be in the shot. I get it, chat.
The first bite. Fuck. I may look calm in this moment, but I was not in a good place. I was tired, I was full of cheese and crackers, and now I was worried. But I dug deep and it was time for bite number 2. I thought maybe if I got the mustard involved that this would improve the experience.
He does not look
so
calm. No, he doesn't look calm. He also doesn't look like he's acting like he doesn't like it.
Again, fuck. Oh god. Yep, no, I'm really struggling with this. And like I was swallowing a pill, I went for another strategic water wash down. Bite number 2 down. Right here you can see me looking at the sheer amount of food I had.
Him saying try to avoid making faces is so funny because look at his faces. Chat, he does not like this meal. He does not like this meal at all.
Left in this meal. I was going through a lot of emotions to the
It
point
looks so
where
good.
it was.
Yeah, it looks great, but like Ellie said, and he said, the texture is fucked.
Ridiculous to me. I'm thinking, is there some sort of bylaw that
I didn't realize that was still the first bite of all those faces. Dude, it's deep fried brains.
that I can invoke in order to avoid the third bite? So to get my mind in order, I decided to head to the bathroom. What the fuck is going on with you, Ted? You came on this journey to eat some weird foods, and now you're freaking out about a brain sandwich.
Also, he just left his brain sandwich just sitting there at the table.
I'm gonna level with you, man. You're being a little bitch. It's a brain sandwich. I'm not a zombie.
Also, chat, this little dive bar. Who's gonna take it? I don't know. I was just saying, just leaving it sit there is not. I'm not saying someone's gonna take it. I'm saying like, I don't know. Don't leave brain just kind of sitting around. Also, this. Could you imagine if a local walked in, watched him doing this stuff in the mirror and filming himself doing this stuff in the mirror? I know it's probably like a single person bathroom, but that's what I'm picturing it right now. Because like, if you get caught doing this, would you be able to explain to somebody that you're a YouTuber, that you are a career YouTuber, and that you're making a video? Would you be able to explain that? without the person thinking you were crazy?
I don't eat brain. You think this is easy for me? I wanted this more than anyone. You know what? Stop being an asshole. Oh, now I'm the asshole? Yeah, no, that's real.
The warmer it is, the saucer is. I guess you have to choose your preference. Okay, another reason to not let it sit there. Chat, I'm going to give you a brain sandwich respectfully. The fuck? The fuck does that mean, Borg?
Mature, buddy. You wanted to do this trip. You wanted to go on this journey. You've got to finish it.
Okay. That was funny. That was a good edit. That was funny.
It was maybe a bad idea to invent the rule, but there's only one more bite. That's right. One more bite. So I braced myself.
That's more than one bite.
Part of my soul into it, and I took
he has to
my
eat 3
final
bites?
bite. Fuck! God! Yep, no, that was a gag. That was a gag. Fuck. I call upon the gods to support me in this moment. I need the gods' support. That's a really bad texture. That's a really
You have tater
bad
tots,
texture. What the hell? I don't like that texture. That's a bad texture. It's so slimy. It's like a slime sandwich. And swallowed.
Tater tots look pretty good.
I had done it. And while I did not expect myself to struggle as much as I did, I had officially
Bro just
tried
doesn't like
the
textures?
brain sandwich. So I got myself a box to go, purchased myself a t-shirt, and I got out of there.
Whoa. Like that.
You put the sandwich in the box to go? Also, I think it was kind of weird that there was only like if I was a server, I would find it weird that there was like just two bites taken out of it and then you got it to go.
Fucking suck. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. That wasn't very good at all. I'm losing my voice now. The brain.
Bro, that server knew it was up. I mean, the other thing you got to think about too is when he's in these restaurants, he has his phone propped up somewhere, filming himself. Like, I can't imagine he has it like on a tripod. I guess you could explain it too and be like, hey, I'm doing a YouTube video. And also, I bet Ted says, hey, I'm doing a YouTube video. Do you want me to blur your face or not show your face? Bet a lot of people order that brain sandwich and actually not eat it. Yeah. So, how much do you think it costs to make that brain sandwich? Like, do you think it costs like $3.25 and then they just make $8 on it? Also, the tater tots might be more expensive. The tater tots might be more expensive than the brain.
Stuffed pig right now.
Nobody wants that fucking brain.
Brain. I ate brain. Give a ranking, I suppose.
Because who wants to eat brain? I kind of want to try it. I'm scared to try it, but I kind of want to try it.
On the weird scale, realizing it now, like a 9. 9 on the weird scale. Maybe even.
I would love to get brain from a sandwich. God damn it. Goes brain stream when? When I do this shit full time.
In a 10. Taste, brother?
If you ever find brain in the wild, just don't. Wait, eating it in the wild or eating it prepared? Wasting food is not cool. Ellie, do you think they have brain taco in San Diego? Like, do you think I could get it for TwitchCon? Like in a restaurant, I mean? Oh. Brain not food, brain like bone. No eat. Well, that's not true. You can eat the marrow in the bone.
That's rocking down at like a 1 for me, right?
No eat or I. Eat the eye. You're gonna take one bite and make the same exact face that man did. Well, so I'm wondering if like the texture is like. I wonder if the texture is like funnel cake. I guess you find an authentic Mexican taco place, maybe you can find some. Well, Escal brought us to a Mexican place. I assure you it isn't. But oh, it's okay. Okay, this is Okay, this is an AI overview from Facebook, but this is the description. Fried brain sandwich has a contrasting texture featuring a crispy, crunchy outer batter and soft, smooth, and creamy interior. People often compare the inside texture to dense scrambled eggs, firm tofu, or running omelet. Ooh. Oh. I don't want my meat creamy. Texture is closer to Mexican flan or maybe like soft tofu. Well, that's exactly what they said, Ellie. And I fucking hate tofu because of the texture. There was a decent amount of tofu in Japan, and I kept trying it every time to try to like it, and I couldn't do it. Oh.
9 on the weird scale, 1 on the taste.
Wait. Danny, are you hearing us talking about the brain sandwich? Flan tasty though? I don't know if I've had flan.
Oh my god, I feel bad too. It's their special. I feel bad. It's their specialty, and I fucking hated it. I hated it so much. But they were all very nice there, and the tater tots were phenomenal. Don't get me wrong.
Hey, tater tots were great
because I knew if I wasn't this full, I would probably want some.
So I made it back to my hotel in a state of disarray.
Oh, no way.
At this point, it was almost assured I was getting sick. And if I was already doing bad, this brain sandwich had done something worse to me. I was struggling. I had a headache. I was miserable. I needed to go to bed.
Me too. LOL, taste can be great, but I can't with the texture. Made a flan in 7th grade for my final project in Spanish class. It was unironically fucking perfect. Nice. I forgot I was home alone and needed something being played out loud. Oh, well, we're here for you, Danny, and I'll try not to be loud for you.
It's 6 a.m. and we were off once more. And let me tell you, this morning I was not feeling good at all. My sleep was terrible. I don't think a brain sandwich is good for like a healthy brain, ironically. But I packed up the car and hit the road. And I had to stay strong because I still had a mission.
Gold, no, stop it. Yeah, don't do that, Gold. Don't do that. Don't be scaring Danny. Don't be doing that.
Today I'd be flying almost 800 miles from St. Louis all the way to Denver, Colorado. And while I've been to Colorado several times, I've actually never flown into the state before. And holy crap, this is the largest airport I've ever seen. What is this, like a city or something? Anyways, I got set up in my next rental car and it was time to reveal what we'd be eating today.
So what are we doing in Denver? Well, the answer to that question is the Rocky Mountains. And by that I mean the Rocky Mountain oysters.
Rocky Mountain oysters. They originate.
Chat, I would cook meals for you in order to break your taste buds for the love of the game and the love of my heart. Somehow I passed out when you and Keko played Backroom, surprisingly. That's crazy, because I was shitting myself. Ghost shits himself? Yes. Yes. I poopy myself when I'm scared. My nightmare was pretty vivid with the voices then. Oh. Oof. Oof. Falling asleep, some crazy shit, but I think I'd have trouble dozing off to that. Yeah. Can it ban his adult diaper?
In the 19th century American West as a practical and resourceful solution for cattle ranchers. Basically, ranchers would castrate young bulls to control breeding, make them less aggressive, and improve meat quality. And eager to avoid waste and add some protein to their diets, they collected the leftover organs and cooked them up. To put it plainly, they are
bull testicles.
Bull testicles, chat. Bull testicles. Woke up at 3 a.m. to someone I did not know. Nasty. What? What? Hold on, chat. I'm talking to professionally online.
sweet.
Chat, check them out.
I should be checking to see if any of these guys are, they got a bounty. You know what I mean? Like, this guy might have a bounty. Well, probably not anymore. He's dead, but.
Oh. Oh, sorry. Bull testicles might have a good mouthfeel. Sorry, chat. Also, I hate the fact that I'm talking about peeling testicles right now. Bull testicles might have good mouthfeel. I don't know about that. Okay. Sorry, chat. All right. Have to find a place that sells them. I'm curious to see where he goes for this meal. It's not like a real thing. Coloradans eat. Okay. Sorry, chat. I was just helping him out with some stuff. Um. Have to find a place that sells them. I'm curious to see where he goes for the meal. It's not like a real thing that Coloradans eat. But if I wanted to try them, I probably have to cook them myself. My town has a single Vietnamese restaurant. The rest is bar food. Use MSG. Ooh, I have MSG. I use that shit all the time. Think so? It's pretty decent. Mine doesn't, and it sucks. Oof. Other food we're famous for is in Denver omelet, and I don't know a single person that lives here that's had a Denver omelet. Oh my god, do they have bull testicles and omelets? I accept your apology. No problem, Fox. Ghost, just in an update, you're my current suggested channel. Please don't be sad. Yay! Yay. Denver omelet is ham, pepper, and onion. Mm. Ham? Ham. I don't even know what's in a Denver omelet. Everything else on the menu is usually better. Wait, didn't someone say ham, pepper, and onion? We should be famous for our green chilies.
They're balls. That's
Gotta use
what
diced glazed
I'm
ham?
eating today. I'm eating fried bull testicles.
So with curiosity and brain in my veins,
Fried
it
ball
was wheels
testicles.
out. The restaurant in Denver I was headed to today was none other than the historic restaurant of the Buckhorn Exchange.
I'm gonna head in there and I'm gonna eat myself some bull.
Whoa!
I'm hoping that
Borg, I'm up there with fucking Caroline Kwan. Holy shit. Damn. Damn, Borg. Wait, Borg, did you get rid of somebody off your suggested streams? Did you get rid of somebody? Did you get rid of Sandal? Or Potato? Because you only had 5 last time. You did call him out for it? I did. Then ramen have pieces of John Denver in them. Jesus Christ. Oh my God, I forgot to add sandal and potato, I think. Well, yeah, go do that. Go do that. Go add them. I don't even remember I haven't touched my suggested channels in so long. I forgot who I have on there. I think I took my brother off because he doesn't stream anymore. But anyway, let's finish the video.
Is better than the brain sandwich because the brain sandwich has completely changed my mood on this trip, but I'm trying to keep the whimsy in my heart.
Let's head on in and check it out. This restaurant was everything I could have dreamed of to be the place I'd be testing out a nice serving of Rocky Mountain oysters. And they were experienced in the craft too, because they've been serving them here for 125 years.
Jesus
Similar
Christ.
to Fuddpuckers, this restaurant also had a newspaper menu, which was interesting. My server immediately knew that I was here for some balls due to my camera, so I took this as an opportunity to share with her my trauma from the day before.
Okay, so they do. So the servers do notice the cameras and stuff. I'm gonna ask your brother to mod me. You don't know who my brother is, kid. Also, I could mod you and my brothers. I'm pretty sure that he gave me editing privileges, so I can make you a mod. Well, he was in here earlier. Was he? Was he? Was he? He was also annoying as fuck and made me spend $185. I need to start fucking charging him. I need to start charging him. Kid is my #1 mod and 4th follower of all time.
In St. Louis yesterday.
Okay.
And they had a brain sandwich there.
Oh my God. The Rocky Mountain oysters are
You said
definitely.
he was your brother. Were you lying? Was I? Was I?
Gonna be better. And then we also have crispy duck wings. That's the appetizer special. It's not on the menu.
Oh,
Crispy
so
duck
bonus. A bonus weird thing. Okay.
Being a sucker for secret menu items, I had to order the crispy duck wings in addition
You
to
think
the
I won't be able to verify this? Probably.
Rocky Mountain oysters. And for my drink, I got myself this blackberry bourbon drink just because it seemed to fit with the whole frontier style. And after not too long, it was the moment of truth.
Rocky Mountain oysters.
Excellent.
The Rocky Mountain
Did you say here your balls? I mean Rocky Mountain oysters.
Time to chow down on some bull testicles. Now, the first thing that surprised me visually about
Wait, what is that fucking? What is that emote? Wait, what is that emote? Oh my God. Those are cut nice and thin. I love that emote. You don't want thick pieces of testicle? Well, they have been serving it for 125 years.
the RMOs was that they were very thinly sliced. I think we know now that certain types of meat being sliced too thick don't sit well with me. So seeing them served this way relieved me significantly.
Cheers to hopefully
Also,
something
kid, did you get the restaurant? Or do we gotta go back?
I was over the moon with the flavor here. This was
Keep the mandolin away from my balls, please.
miles and miles better than the brain sandwich. Obviously, due to the extent
I've seen someone try to chomp on a whole testicle and it looked horrible. Chat, do y'all remember when I played Far Cry 5 and I had to kill the bulls and they had to be what the fuck was it? We had to kill bulls we had to kill a bull that was fucking. That one was not peeled. Gotta be like chewing a bouncy ball. That's what I was thinking. That's kind of what I thought it was like. But you had to kill a bull that was, you had to kill one bull that was fucking. I think you just had to kill another bull normally, and then you had to light one bull on fire. They're kind of big. I hate this. They're large, very large bouncy balls.
extenuating factors from yesterday, but also because this was the tastiest fried food I'd had so far on this trip. I never thought I'd say this, but eating fried bull testicles was genuinely making me the happiest I'd been in the last 36 hours.
I kind of like it.
Since they were sliced so thinly, I'd agree with the description my server gave me that they were like land-based calamari. So like the alligator tail, if you didn't explicitly know you were eating it, you'd think it was a regular fried food. I made sure to try the fried duck wings as well, which were great, and I mean,
that actually looks fucking delicious. I'm a big wings person, and those duck wings looked delicious. I ate duck at the tailgate, at the Penn State Oregon tailgate last year. And it's kind of a tough meat. It's a gamey, tough meat, but it was fucking delicious. When we sliced it up, it was good, but I put it on a sandwich instead of a chicken breast, and it was hard to eat. I saw the name of the restaurant, but I've never heard of it, and I've never seen it, to answer your question. Okay. Place looks like really solid place for whose decor I'd assume corresponds with lower quality touristy food. Yeah, I mean, it looks pretty decent. I'd fuck that shit out of some duck wings. Like, I'd eat them, clarifying. Or you do talk about fucking a lot. I've noticed in chats. This place looks like El Rancho on the inside.
Duck before, so I knew it was going to be good, but for the first time since the peanut butter and jelly burger, it felt like I was having a real meal. I was becoming...
Duck should be cooked medium rare generally. Yeah, that's what we cooked it at the tailgate. We cooked it, I think we cooked it medium. No, I think we did it rare, medium rare. Benefits from a steak-like cook. Yeah, we did that on the grill. But on the sandwich, it just, you bite through it, through the bread, and then you hit the duck, and like my teeth couldn't get all the way through it. Maybe it's because the skin was on it too. So I was like ripping at it.
A real man of the frontier, forged by turmoil and enlightened by testicles. So I paid for my check, made sure to grab myself a Buckhorn Exchange t-shirt, and walked outside.
Also, chat, he can literally write off all of this stuff on his taxes. Which is why it'd be so sick to do this shit full time. The skin depth wasn't helping you. You just grilled it. Yeah.
To give my official review.
I have now officially consumed bull testicle, and I'm feeling damn good about it too. On the weird scale, I'd probably put it at like an 8 on the weird scale. For the taste, I'd give it a 6. It was like your
Did
regular.
you slice it thin before the sandwich or just straight up plop it on there? I plopped it on there. But when we sliced it up and just ate it in like little slices, it was really, really good. But like eating it like eating the duck breast like a turkey breast or a chicken breast, it was not good.
Regular fried food. Pretty much. Nice job. Rocky Mountain oysters. Down the hatch. They're in my stomach now. I'm now at the
But duck was delicious.
that I'm going to be in, which is weird to think about. I've got one more location in the country left to go to before I get to go home. I don't know if I can necessarily
Places by
top
Colfax?
how terrible the bread
Cannot eat like chicken breast?
I
Yeah, I found that out. I might have tried a second time with it, but it was good. Places by Colfax is why I haven't been there. Very tasty. Yeah, the duck was really good. And we didn't, thinking back, we didn't even season it. I don't think we put like salt and pepper on it. I think we just grilled it because my family doesn't fucking do seasoning. I realized. Okay, time to sleep. Good night. Good night, Ellie. Have a good bed. Thanks for the good information on the brain tacos. You've seen South Park, right? Yeah. Who are you writing off on your taxes? Not you. Not you, because you're not dependent on me.
even ate bull testicles, and that still was not nearly as bad as eating the brain of a pig. But I'm hoping that my next and final location to travel to in the country
Casa
will
Bonita's
provide
on Colfax
me with a
is a
little bit
cesspool?
more
Oh.
to shock and awe my brain. I'm
Casa Bonita was just in the news. I don't remember what it was, though.
so tired.
This morning I was
Do we not have Smudge? I could have swore we had Smudge. We do not have Smudge. I thought we did. One of their divers finally break their neck or something? No, I don't think that's what it was. Did Matt and Trey buy Casa Bonita?
once again headed to the airport, but this time I was way behind schedule. Candidly, I totally overslept, so I had to rush as fast as legally possible to the airport in order to catch my flight. Of course, this was the worst day to be running behind because today I was flying out of Denver International Airport, also known as the largest airport in the United States. Time to fast walk.
I think I've flown through Denver. I think I flew through Denver when I came back from London after seeing
Thanks to my fast walking montage, I made it to my flight just as they were beginning to board. So I was able to continue my journey flawlessly, flying from Denver, Colorado to Austin, Texas.
Oh, let's get weird, chat.
As usual, I'd be getting a rental car, and this time around I had attempted to reserve myself a nice mid-sized pickup truck.
Holy fuck, that thing's huge.
Good question. I never went. I didn't want food poisoning. Wait, was Casa Bonita that bad? Austin, Texas sucks. I mean, Jake Jardashian lives there. And so does Ice Horchata, I believe.
Want to hear dog noises? Maybe we should make them. Let's see. I don't know if you guys can.
Chat, go follow Ice. Go follow Horch.
She literally pushed the mic away with her paw.
Go follow Horch. She was trying to get to 1,000 by her birthday, which I think her birthday is
like-
probably already passed.
I've known G-Bro for like 3
But
or 4
Horch is
years
cool.
now, but my followage in his channel is only a year or something. And
Biggie Poo live open alert tab. Could do that. You could. You could do that. I gotta walk to the super far end of the airport to get to the tiny planes at DIA. It's fucking workout. Hey, that means you could eat more.
Yeah, they didn't have the car I wanted, so I got a Monster. I was not mentally prepared to drive a truck of this size. This thing was massive.
God, I feel
Why
like
did
I'm in a.
Why didn't he throw a suitcase in the back of the cab? Oh, he probably couldn't. It probably wouldn't fit. So it's probably easier. That was dumb.
Boat right now.
This thing is huge.
This is ridiculous.
It def would have fit.
Okay.
Oh God! Why is it beeping at me so much?
It'll fit that cab's 5 times the size of my cab. Yeah.
The Black Pearl. At least I know that everyone.
No, he probably couldn't. He probably couldn't open the door far enough to get the luggage into the cab. So he threw it in the bed. Jake Jardashian, Shitra, and Horch are great people from Austin, but the location itself sucks. Who is that Shira? Astra. Okay, Astra. Oh, Astra's Austin too. I didn't know that. He opened his. Yeah, he opened his door. He can squeeze in. He opened his door. He could squeeze in, but the suitcase is wider than him and isn't as flexible. I think that's the second time you've been missing the A on Astra and it didn't connect. It didn't connect for me.
One on the road is going to yield to me because I'm the size of a fucking building!
Today I had one stop before I'd be visiting my final weird food location tomorrow, which was to do a little bit of a
I don't know if Ash
throwback
has
and visit
disclosed
my
her
friend
location.
Mahiga at Alvea Sanctuary. You may remember this spot when I visited every rainforest cafe in North America. So I was ready to be the perfect student, learn about animals, and definitely not be disruptive at all.
Maya! Hey, chat. Hey, chat. Somebody clip this and make sure you show it to Sandal so you can remind her that I met Maya in person at a zoo. Clip this and show this to Sandal to make sure that she remembers that I met Maya in person and that I have a picture with Maya. Please.
You can swear if you want. Okay. Stop.
Labia.
Stop, Turd.
Wow.
Send her the pic.
Is a bad.
Oh my God. Do you think Sandal would kill me if I just randomly keep sending her the picture like every 2 months? I send her the picture of me and Maya. How pissed do you think she would be at me? Okay, I'm gonna clip this and then I'm gonna send it to Sandal. Just randomly send her the picture of me and Maya. Ghost, make the photo of you and Maya and emote. Oh my God. I have emote slots available too. I mean, that would be weird. That would be weird doing that to Maya. But the bit would be hilarious. Name it Sandy. Do you play it like you don't remember that you already sent it though? Oh, 100%. I don't talk to Sandal that often, so it would still show up. But literally every time I go in her stream and she brings up Maya, I go, hey, Chad, did you know that I met Maya? And Sandal just gets so fucking mad at me. Also, I got S-Cow took pictures on his S-Cow took pictures on on his cameras. And I thought he posted them. But I have the ones just for my phone, on my phone. But I kind of should download the. Oh yeah, S-Cow did. I think I have them. Oh my god, and there's the Giga Peak emote. Giga was in my stream and just poked her head in the side. Nego Sandy. I'm gonna send you my pic with Taylor Lorenz every few months just to keep you humble. What the fuck? Hi JD. What am I looking at? We're looking at Maya and Ted Nivison. And we're talking about how I met Maya in person and that I hang it over Sandal's head a lot. Also, shout out Sandal. Did I shout Sandal out yet? I think I was about to. I think I was working on it.
Sexy, hot, smash.
What the fuck, Sandal? Yeah, JD, I met Maya Higa at the San Diego Zoo when I was in town for TwitchCon. See, like, Gunplow Gooner? What the fuck, Borg? Gunplay Gooner? Is that what you're trying to say?
You said I could swear. Stop. You want some of this?
No.
Oh, hey, don't kill yourself. He literally just tried to kill himself.
Georgie!
Guys, he literally just tried to kill himself on camera.
I had a lot of fun at Alveus. I got to meet a bunch of different types of animals. I wore a snake like a backpack.
Never heard of Gunpla? No. Chat, do you know what would be... Chat, do you know what would be sick? If you all would be subscribed to avoid the top of the hour ad break, because the top of every hour run a 3-minute ad. If you want to avoid the ads, you can pay $5.99 for a subscription or get lucky and get gifted a sub. Or you can link your Amazon Prime account to your Twitch account and get a free monthly subscription from Daddy Bezos to your favorite streamer. Hopefully it's me. If it's not me, then hopefully it's one of my friends. A 3 out of 10? A 3 out of 10? I debated the shit out of you, and you gave me a 3 out of 10? That was the best one I've ever done. That was the best segue I've ever fucking done. Actually, a 4? Bro, it wasn't connected to anything. I was about to say what would be sick is if stream gets big enough where Maya shows me Alveus and I just be like, hey, I have something to show you. I have something to show you. And I show her the picture of the two of us at the San Diego Zoo. So good, I almost muted you. Yeah, but you never started that? Yeah, because I wanted to do the segue first. And then I was... Here's the ads. Yellow card on the play. Okay, I'll wait. But yeah, I do. It would be sick if the stream would get big enough that we would get an invitation to Alveus and that I could be like, hey, we've met before. I took a picture with you. Tough crowd. JD, they just don't know. And JD's behind the ads, I think. But yeah, I think that would kind of be cool. And then, I mean, at that point, I would probably have my real name. I would probably have my real name, or it would have got leaked at that point. So I'd be like, yeah, I was dumb. I was a smaller streamer, and I shared my actual name in front of 9,000 viewers on Extra Emily's stream instead of sharing my Twitch name. Segue with Buns, hun. I pray you one day get severe food poisoning on Domino's and get bedridden for 5 days like me. I feel like that's some bad wishes. I guess Borg doesn't like ads. Borg doesn't like supporting streamers. Borg doesn't like supporting streamers.
I'm going to school.
I even got to guess what a snake penis looks like.
What is that?
This is balls.
Okay, stop.
What?
I think I got it right.
Goodbye, Alveus Animal Sanctuary. Now we continue onward to whatever's next.
For my final day of this
Speaking
trip
of Domino's, I got a Domino's ad that I could have avoided by subscribing at the top of the hour to Magative Ghost Rider. So that's what you guys are going to call me now, Magative Ghost Rider?
Turning home, I took my boat on wheels out onto the streets of downtown Austin, Texas. Originally, my plan was to try 2 separate...
I'm at the point where I want to bribe your friends for your real name. Paul? What? You're bribing my friends? You're going to pay my friends for my real name? That's crazy.
foods in Austin. The first was trying rattlesnake in some shape or form. I had read that there was a particular rattlesnake chili that I could try.
Braxton,
and the second,
Jeff.
the one that I was looking forward to the most.
I'm not going to react. I'll tell you a random name for $1.
Was a restaurant that allegedly served grasshopper tacos. Unfortunately,
yes! Grasshopper tacos. I'm in. And I forgot to eat grasshopper in San Francisco when I went to visit Giga.
Called the restaurant ahead of time. I learned that the grasshopper tacos were out of season, so I wasn't able to try it. Then, to my utter dismay, I learned that the restaurant that used to serve the rattlesnake chili was closed. And had been for years, actually. Not sure how I missed that part. So I ended up having to do some last-second research, and I landed upon this restaurant, Lonesome Dove, because they had on their menu the closest thing I could get to an Austin, Texas weird food, which was the rabbit and rattlesnake sausage. Now, the first thing I noticed about this restaurant was that it was likely the fanciest restaurant I'd visited so far.
Very, very
I think
fancy.
I could have gathered that based on the fact that
I got 75 cents. Bork said $1, JD. Bork said $1.
Snake sausage had creme fraiche involved in it, but I was trying to ignore that, and I hoped I'd be getting something more weird than fancy. So I ordered myself the sausage and another serving of hush puppies because I liked them. And when they arrived, my worries were valid. This was by
Chat, I don't know what hush puppies are. I don't think I've ever known what hush puppies are, but I heard people talk about hush puppies. I gave you 3/4 of a name. His name is Cree.
and large, the fanciest plated serving.
See, it could be Christ, it could be Chris, it could be Christopher, it could be Christoph. Hush puppies are like fried dough. Oh, so it's like nothing.
Of sausage in my experience. It even came with these little Texas flags on it, just in case you forgot where you were. And what I'll say about the flavor is that it was good. It was great, actually. It was a tasty treat. But unfortunately, there wasn't really a damn thing weird about this meal. If I had shown this sausage to someone,
dude, it was also like, this restaurant is like the fanciest fucking restaurant ever. Look at the plating. Look at the plating. You can't eat weird food at a restaurant that plates like this and think that it's gonna, 1, look weird, 2, taste weird. Like, restaurants like this that plate shit like this is not, well, he probably didn't know. He probably just looked it up and didn't know it was a fancy restaurant.
I don't think they'd guess
Corn dough,
in a
pretty good.
million years that it was made with rattle.
He paid at least $150 for the whole meal. Oh, I didn't even look at the prices on the menu. What are the prices on the menu? It's like seasoned ball of cornbread, fried, shaped like a meatball. Oh, actually, that makes sense. Wait, so what was the prices? So the hush puppies were $26? What the fuck? Wait, how many courses are there? Holy shit. I've seen this place. These prices weren't crazy. I feel like $26 for fucking dough, for corn dough, is not great. 2 entrees are already $50. Yeah. But do you think he ate all the courses?
Because I liked them. And when they arrived,
I drinks, yeah.
My worries were valid. This was, by and large, Texas flags. Good. It was good. There wasn't really, I'd guess, in a million years that it was made with rattlesnake. So on the taste scale,
Hush
I'd
puppies
give this
with
a
lobster?
7 out of 10. It was a taste.
Lobster pricey. Oh, true. I forgot about that part. I just focused. It was blue lobster too, by the way. It was blue lobster. This YouTuber makes money, okay? True.
Sausage. But unfortunately, on the weird scale, the rabbit rattlesnake sausage sits at a 2. This was unfortunately just a result of a failure of my research on this trip. But despite all of that, I walked out of Lonesome Dove feeling proud. Proud because over the course of this trip, I believe I really did eat some of the strangest meals in America. Some that were known to me for a long time, and others that surprised me and traumatized me as if they were waiting in the dark. Ready to strike. And as I arrived home, I knew my question was answered. Because as you may now know, the weirdest meal that I could eat, considering every factor and scientific tool available, Obviously, it's the brain sandwich. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to make the whole thing about it. Yeah, the brain sandwich was really weird.
That is a nice restaurant, but it's really not an insanely expensive place from what I saw. Yeah, I don't disagree. I mean, I guess when I go to restaurants, I try to look for something that's less than $20. So maybe that's just me being poor. Maybe that's just me being poor. Chat, friend of the stream, Aqua Diary, has a follow-up, a part 2 for the reflection pool. So y'all better fucking watch this video alongside. Y'all better watch this alongside and better give them a thumbs up. Thank God Keko isn't here. Yeah, Keko would fuck this up. Kidda, were you in here? Oh, Kidda wasn't in here when they came in. I must bedge now? Oh, no. Gold, you're going to watch the video, right? Right, Gold? Gold, you're going to watch the video, right? Gold? Dumb baby with dumb bedtime, true. Link it? It's linked. It's pinned at the top of the chat. I just posted the link. Okay. Oh, cool. Yeah, I'm all over it. I'm all over that shit. I'm like white on rice on a paper plate in a snowstorm. I'll fall asleep to it. Sweet. Kidda, are we at the point where maybe it's time to make Gold a moderator? Are we at that point? Now that Gold's left, is it time to have that conversation? Are we there yet? 1 a.m. I don't have curtains at the moment, so the sun wakes me up at 8 every day. So, Gold, I went to bed at 2 last night and woke up at 8 this morning. Still here? Oh no, he's there! Now. This emote, I love that emote. JD Cakes, we have another one called this one. I was up when the same came up birthdays. True. I will be up when the sun comes up on Friday morning because I'm doing a 24-hour stream starting tomorrow. All right, let's watch the video. Silver bullet solution for the reflecting pool algae. Also, I'm excited to watch One Piece tonight. The sun cake up for real. All day Ghost, what a delight. Yeah. All night, all day, and then a lot of the night. Because we're celebrating 1,000 viewers, as well as celebrating that I paid off my student loans. So, anyway, here's the video.
Episode, thousands of you guys asked the same questions. Is there actually an algae fix?
Lucky
Copper,
bastard.
Silver, hydrogen peroxide.
Profoundly lucky, JD Cakes. Fucking profoundly lucky. I have a post that I'll post on my Instagram at some point, but I'm trying to post it on my personal account and not post it on the Ghost account as well, because I would like to not dox myself. Only 600K to go. Oh, I'm sorry, JD Cakes. Hey, when I become president, I'm going to forgive it all, so.
Aeration, ultrasound. Which one works, and is there a silver bullet solution? Here's why that question matters more than you think it does. In 2014, a harmful algal bloom shut off the drinking water to over 500,000 people in Toledo, Ohio for 2 whole days. It wasn't a remote lake, it was literally a city water supply. And it's not a one-off situation either. Algal blooms have been increasing globally for decades now, tracking almost perfectly with rising temperatures. And a recent EPA-supported study suggests that most lakes in the US will see a bloom this summer, and about 1 in 7 of those could very well be toxic. So no, this isn't just a reflecting
That's not good.
problem.
That's bad.
It's a water supply problem.
That's very bad.
A public health problem. And for a lot of you watching, a backyard problem. Welcome to Aqua Diary. I'm Allie, an environmental scientist, and I manage lakes and reservoirs for a living. By the end of this episode today, you'll know what does work and what doesn't.
Did she say Allie? And the closed caption, he said it was algae. Size in public health.
A backyard problem. Welcome to Aqua Diary. I'm Allie, an environmental scientist, and I manage lakes and reservoirs for a living. By the end of this episode,
now that I have her name, I could actually refer to her by her name instead of Chestnut Curls or Aqua Diary.
today, you'll know what does work and what doesn't for algae blooms, how to recognize when a bloom might be toxic, what toxic actually means, and how professionals handle these problems around
That's crazy that the closed captioning said algae. See, this is why I edit the subtitles and why my videos take so fucking long. Because I literally go through everything to make sure that the subtitles are correct.
World. Let's get into it.
And also my mic doesn't pick up the end of my sentences a lot of times because my noise gate is too goated.
Here's the thing almost nobody's been saying in the news. The physics that broke the reflecting pool are not exotic. They're a baseline condition of almost every managed.
Maybe she would have edited her subtitles if she didn't have to come in here and give Keko shit. Also, I'm not demanding that she edit. I'm not demanding she edits her subtitles. I'm not demanding that. And I'm profoundly lucky that I have the AI tool in DaVinci that does most of it. And then as I'm editing, as you saw in my stream the other day, as I'm editing, I adjust the subtitles and stuff like that. So, Allie, if you're watching this, I'm not saying that you have to do that. I do that because I'm a perfectionist. You don't have to do that. I don't recommend it too because it takes me forever to get my videos out.
Lake, pond, and reservoir in this entire
Don't worry,
country.
girl, I got you.
If you caught last week's episode, you already know why the reflecting pool is basically an algae incubator. Algae needs sun, nutrients, warmth, and the pool delivers all three. What made the reflecting pool a spectacle was not the biology, it was the audience, right? There's 24 million visitors a year, a president who wanted a monument to look more patriotic for the 4th of July, and a lot of news cameras. If you own a pond in the Midwest, or maybe manage a pond for a homeowners association, or even run a treatment plant for a municipal reservoir, you're running the same exact experiment. You just don't have millions of people posting about your particular puddle. So let's answer this.
We're so lucky to have you in here to keep us in check.
Scary questions first. What are the risks of toxic algae blooms to you on an individual level? What does the science say about that? And how worried should you be if this problem is doomed to get worse? By now, you likely know multiple dead ducks have turned up in and around the pool. And at least one specialist has floated the idea of that algae being toxic.
I love algae.
So
Lemon loves algae and being toxic and poisonous to people. The ducks died? Yes. It ain't easy, but you're welcome. Okay, kid.
This isn't abstract biology. This is the actual suspect. Quick vocabulary check because algae is usually being misused here. So true algae, like green algae, diatoms, and the stuff that was reported to be in the reflecting pool are harmless. They don't poison you, but what about cyanobacteria? Well, are harmless. They don't.
That's a crazy picture. That's an insane picture. I would not be in the water if there was that much algae in the water. No fucking way. No way am I going to be in that fucking water.
Poison you, but what about cyanobacteria? Well, cyanobacteria, sometimes called blue-green algae, are not even an algae at all. They're bacteria that photosynthesize. They're responsible for putting oxygen in our atmosphere, but some of them produce some really
Give me a scoop of that. Nope. I'm good.
Nasty and dangerous compounds. Think of the next part as kind of like a rogues gallery, different toxin names and how they can all impact you. Microcystins are probably the one you're going to hear about the most because they're the most detected in U.S. freshwater. So they're liver toxins, and they're the reason that those 500,000 people in Toledo lost their tap water for a couple of days in 2014. They're stable enough to persist in the environment for potentially months.
It looks sort of oily on the top of the water, so no, the plant stuff is fine. She just said so. I know. I understand that, but I'm still not going in the water. Every time I try not to study, the shit just follows me. Sorry, Jada Cakes.
And they're starting to show up in drinking water plants around the world now.
Also, you're in this stream. We literally do this shit all the time. We're always learning shit.
The EPA has published health guidance for microcystins in drinking water since 2015, plus separate recreational thresholds for swimming since 2019. Now there's anatoxin A, the sprinter of the group, a fast-acting neurotoxin. It can literally kill a dog in minutes to hours if the dose is high enough, which is exactly why my dog just went swimming in that. It's not a wait-and-see situation.
Ooh, that's not good.
Ever. This is also the one that gets mentioned when birds are involved. Fast-acting neurotoxins are exactly the kind of thing a wildlife pathologist checks for when multiple birds turn up dead in a short window, which is precisely what's been happening at the pool. To be clear, nothing has been confirmed yet. Investigations on
Yeah, but I don't want to study today. Yeah, but this is fun learning, JD. This is fun learning. Been having an outbreak of that stuff in the water for the past few years. Yeah, you said that you keep the dogs away from it, right?
causes of death are still open, and there are other explanations on the table, including a bacterial one called botulism that can also thrive in the same warm, low oxygen conditions of the reflecting pool. But
I've heard of
this is why
botulism
the
before.
which toxin, if any, isn't just trivia right now. And there's another one that I think deserves a little bit of airtime, specifically because you guys asked about it in the comments. BMAA, or beta methylamino L-alanine. It's become a real research focus as a possible risk factor for neurodegenerative diseases.
No stagnant water, no exceptions. Yeah, it'll fuck you up. What the fuck? What else is... What else has botulism? I can't remember what it was. Why do I know that word? That has beta and L in it. That can't be good. Oh, also chat, the people that I'm caddying for literally brought up a conversation about alphas and betas. And it has taken every fiber in my being to not say like, actually, sorry. Actually, the alpha argument is bunk. And the person that put it out said that it actually wasn't true. So every time we make this argument about alphas and betas, it's based on a false premise. It's really hard for me to not do that. Because those that don't know that, it actually is, it was a false, the person actually pulled back the scientific journal because it was a mother. It was a mother and her juvenile pups. The mother was the alpha, allegedly. And then the juvenile pups were the betas. But it wasn't true. It was just a mother and its kids.
So ALS, Parkinson's, and even Alzheimer's. The story starts with a genuine mystery. A high rate of neurodegenerative diseases among the Chamorro people of Guam, and eventually traced to BMAA moving through their food chain. Animal studies have shown that early life exposure produces lasting cognitive impairment, and newer work is...
What's this? What about it? Oh no, the clip didn't work? Hi, Ghosty. Hi, Yubi! Hi, Yubi. How are you? Yubi, I'm doing it in 24-hour stream. Are you available to do Helldivers? I think me and Double Scuff might be playing Helldivers. Good night, Ghosty. When? I mean, I'm gonna be live for Hi Singy, Hi Gooby. Singy, it's my YouTube. It's bait for my YouTube channel, which I don't make videos for because I don't have time to edit. I don't know, Yubi. I'm literally gonna be live for 24 hours. So 24 hours tomorrow. Yeah, starting tomorrow afternoon. So I might play Helldivers with Marty in the afternoon or Friday afternoon. Singy is crazy. It's a hard G. Singy? 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 If Friday after 5:30 is on the schedule, count me in. Yeah, that would be over 24 hours, but I'm pretty sure I'll still be live there for Unhinged Friday. I don't care. See Lemon. Single file lines doesn't care. And I used to call Singy single file lines at all times, but everybody started referring to them as Singy. So chat. Check out the YouTube. What the fuck? Check it out. Dude, that was so delayed. Share it. Share with your family. Share with your friends. Share with your enemies. How was that? I don't care. Why Share was it to that so everybody. delayed? Share it to the whole world. Make sure you watch every video and you like every video and just comment on it. But yeah, share it with everybody. Lemon upholding the integrity of the name that meant Singy didn't actually pick. I'm hesitant to say 6 p.m. tomorrow, but I'll likely be working overtime tomorrow. This is what happens when you don't use Sakura's partner bot stuff. Sorry. Yubi, you don't have, it doesn't have to hold fast, but like if I'm still live and I'm doing only something by myself, it's something we can do. So your hair, fuck that hair. That long hair sucked. I hated that long hair. I don't know why y'all said I looked good with that long hair.
Suggesting it may target the sense of smell after exposure. In 2025, University of Miami researchers reported what they say is the first identification of airborne cyanobacteria toxins.
7 p.m. tomorrow, I can spare a couple hours. I don't know if I'll be live at that point because I'm pretty sure that'll be like 27 hours of stream. And I'm also waking up at 5 a.m. for work tomorrow. So this is a horrible idea. This is a horrible idea. And I love it. I'm glad you don't hate it since everyone uses it. So cutie. I love it. Airborne, we're cooked. We're cooked. We're so cooked. Got a whole ass itinerary for the 24-hour stream? I don't. I have zero itinerary for the 24-hour stream. I had an itinerary. I was going to play games with fucking Keko. And I was play Subnautica 2 with Kidda. But now I literally have to do it on the fly. Wait, I thought your 24 hours are starting tomorrow? I'm sorry. Kidda just can't get fucking diarrhea and get off of work. This is bullshit. You picked literally the worst day of the year. My bad. I work tomorrow. When are you going on live, Ghost? I want to be here. Probably like 3 p.m. Pacific time. Yeah, the 24 hours starts probably like 3 p.m. 3 p.m. tomorrow. Also, my ice machine is making noise. I need to turn it off. Where is it? Yeah, so 7 p.m. tomorrow. Oh, 7 p.m. tomorrow? Oh, my bad. I thought you said Friday. I don't know. I'm fucking tired, Yubi. I'm fucking tired. That's within 24 hours, idiot. Hey, Kidda, does that violate our rules? Does that violate our rules that it wouldn't fly in a Fem streamers chat? 23, 21, Yubi. Yeah, 7 p.m. tomorrow. I definitely can spare a couple hours. Yeah, Yubi said tomorrow. Learn to read. I can't read. I'm a leftist. It would fly, can confirm. It would fly in a Fem streamer. Calling the streamer an idiot? I don't think it would fly. I'll be a few hours late, but I'll be here. Okay. Well, yeah, it's Yubi. Not a man. Women can be idiots too. Yeah, so if I said that in Sakura's stream, I would be banned so fucking quickly.
In the human nasal tissue, meaning that breathing a bloom in,
motherfucker, that's Sakura. I knew you couldn't read. Leftists can't read. Notoriously, leftists can't read. Sakura would roast you into oblivion. Oh, 100%. Only I can call her stupid.
might be a real exposure route, which is another reason we should be a little concerned about the idea of the reflecting pool and LG from here on out in the reflecting pool, the public exposure. I want to be precise here too. You guys know I'm going to tell you what science does and does not.
Good night, Yubi. Good night, Yubi. I look forward to spreading democracy with you. Later, losers. Wow. Wow. Chat, you're just going to take that from Yubi tomorrow at 7 p.m.? Okay. You're going to take that from Yubi? You're going to let Yubi call you all losers? Really? Yep. Yes.
This is still a somewhat contested research area. Not every bloom is going to make BMAA, and correlation with disease in animals is not proof of causation in humans. Human disease research is a completely different and complicated beast. Here's a mechanism that ties it all together, though, and it's the one that I flagged with the reflecting pool's hydrogen peroxide treatment. These toxins live inside the cell until the cell breaks. That's my biggest actual complaint about how the reflecting pool was managed.
Oh my God.
From what I could find.
Oh my God. Oh my God. So then putting the hydrogen peroxide in there literally made things worse. That's crazy. That's insane.
Reporting the species identification happened after treatment, not before. And by then the cells were too hard to identify because they were, well, broken. Rupturing a toxin-producing cell, which is what a lot of chemical treatments end up doing, releases whatever was inside it.
I think she mentioned that last time.
Sometimes increasing toxicity.
Oh, I didn't. I know she talked about the hydrogen peroxide breaking it apart. Spreads it. I know she mentioned about the algae breaking apart. I didn't realize that she said the toxin was locked away and then spread it. Keko was being distracting. I forget.
Or nutrients. In lake management, like I've been saying, it's smart to ID what's there before you decide to manage it. Okay, so that's the scary section. Now we know why to care if the water turns
This is what
green.
happens when you're
But
anti-science.
the question is, how do we spot something toxic now?
Science, that fake shit like saying the earth is a sphere? We all know the earth is flat. You talking about science that says that I should put a diaper on my fucking face?
Might end up seeing it this summer, so stay with me because this could save your dog's life, and then we're going to get the solutions next. Good news first. You don't need a microscope for your first pass. The classic tell is that cyanobacteria blooms often look like spilled paint on water. Bright, almost synthetic looking, blue-green sheens. It's sometimes streaky, sometimes solid patches, or sometimes just straight up closer to pea soup. I cannot get over the fact that the actual scientific diagnosis for cyanotoxin risk looks like paint was spilled in the water. I do think some photos from the reflecting pool look like that, however.
I do as well.
So compare that to filamentous and harmless green algae, the stringy hair-like mats that tangle in your fingers. Different look, different texture, completely different organism. There is a useful DIY test, and it costs you a stick. Lift some of the material out of the water with a stick, and if you get long, hairy strands that wrap around it, you're probably dealing with a filamentous nuisance algae and not some kind of a health hazard. If it comes up looking like it was dipped in paint and there's no stringy texture, that's more consistent with cyanobacteria. It's not a lab-grade test, but it is a fast, free way to figure out whether or not you, your family,
I think
or your
duckweed is pretty. I hope duckweed isn't a problem.
Dog should go in the water. Honest caveat, you obviously cannot always tell if a bloom is toxic just by looking at it. Identical looking species can differ wildly in toxin production, and nobody fully understands
Stuff
why
is
they
burned in my brain after the first dog here was killed. Damn. Also, Kitty, do you know like berries and stuff that you're allowed to eat and whatnot? Like, do you have that embedded in your brain too?
toxic anyway. But the stick test can at least give you a this is a worth caution conclusion. And for certainty, you're going to need a lab. The exact step the reflecting pool skips before treating with chemicals. So some really fast safety rules.
We only got 3 things we eat here, so yeah. Because we have like wild strawberries. And I just saw, and I when I showed that guy, when we looked for that guy's ball and found his shot, or for his shot, there were some berries on a plant. And I thought before walking up to him, they were wild strawberries, but there was some other red berry. I'm not positive what it was.
For this summer, now that we're dealing with a massive heat wave. Scum, discoloration, or paint spill sheen, stay out of the water. No posted warning sign does not mean no bloom. Most water isn't monitored. If contact does happen, rinse it off immediately. Look for GI issues, skin, eye, or breathing symptoms over the next day or 2. Never boil water to make it safe to drink. Boiling water does not destroy a majority of cyanotoxins and can actually concentrate them, so don't try it. So the part that you actually clicked for, is there a cure-all fix for the reflecting pool or for the algae in your lake, pond, or reservoir? So I got a lot of specific product questions after the last episode, and I can understand why. You guys really do try to be problem solvers, and I love that. So let's run through the most commonly asked products one at a time, and I will give you a verdict on each. Before we start, keep one thing in mind. Every tool I'm about to mention treats algae. It does not treat the underlying problem causing the algae. Let's go through the
Band-Aid.
list.
Chat, it's a Band-Aid. It's not a permanent fix. It's a Band-Aid.
The oldest algicide in the business. It kills algae directly on contact. A 58-year study on Minnesota's
raspberries,
Fairmont
chokecherry.
Lakes confirmed that it works. And it also confirmed it can make algae worse over time. Copper kills everything.
Also, that's an unfortunate placing for the fact that it's a bottle, considering Roundup causes cancer. Chokecherry isn't worth eating. Maybe it was chokecherry.
Including organisms that would have otherwise competed with cyanobacteria. Copper sulfate also settles into the sediment along with all the nutrients a dying bloom leaves behind, so the nutrient-rich water can fuel the next algae bloom. Decades of repeated treatment can also cause copper to build up in the lake bottom, and a Fairmont study specifically found that the algae community shifted towards more harmful algae over time.
Shit.
So silver bullet?
That's crazy.
No, it's blue Kool-Aid for a symptom. And yes, it is literally blue. So copper doesn't solve algae. It basically clears the board and lets toxic algae win the next round. It can be really useful.
We have wild garlic in the desert, which is neat, and some edible mushrooms, but I'm not confident with mushrooms ID, so I don't fuck with that. Yeah, I wouldn't be confident with mushrooms at all. But I feel like it's probably a useful thing to have just in case you need it. Just in case you need it, like you need food at some point.
In an emergency
Or if you have an animal that eats everything.
situation, but it shouldn't be used as a crutch for long-term algae management in a lake. This wouldn't have worked for the reflecting pool either, since it's toxic to wildlife, and we do dearly love our ducks. So, silver-based products. Ionizer or Flowtron style devices show up in pond marketing quite a bit. Silver algicides are expensive. They're really hard to source, and the regulatory record is...
Oh, I've seen this shit. Actually, it might not have been the solar thing. It was probably just like a pool thing where they put the pucks in. We got up with our friend who is confident and brought back a ton of porcini mushies. Oh. Ducks are like little pet dogs that quack and flap around. Yeah. And have curly penises too.
It's questionable. Australian regulators pulled one such device from the market back in 2004 after deciding there wasn't enough evidence that it worked. It can also be toxic to wildlife. Silver has a real legitimate niche, small ponds and spas. It's not a serious tool for a lake, reservoir, or for what it's worth, the reflecting pool when you have wildlife involved and a federal budget. So, is silver the silver bullet? Also, no.
I'll take your word on that one. Trust and don't look it up. I'm trying to protect you.
Chlorine, ozone, and hydrogen peroxide, the oxidizer family. Part of the issue, besides the algae toxin concern we already covered, is going to be the dose. Getting it right in an open, sunny, constantly reseeded water body is genuinely hard. And by reseeded, I mean the algae is always continually coming back in the system. So
wait, this is crazy. This is crazy. They use hydrogen peroxide, and like she's mentioning a bunch of stuff that isn't hydrogen peroxide.
Underdose and you get a kind of cosmetic blip. Overdose and you risk collateral damage. In a lake, you can end up with fish kills from the oxygen crash. Is all of that dead biomass?
I guess she is technically talking about hydrogen peroxide right now.
Decomposes and uses up oxygen in the water column. So silver bullet, no. I mean, you're not removing the problem long term. You're popping it open and dumping whatever was inside into the water. Short term, it can work, again, like in an emergency situation, but it also has consequences if you're not careful. If all of these sound like different versions of the same idea, that's because they are. All right, moving on to just turn over the water. This one depends entirely on if the water body is layered to begin with. So in the summer, a lot of lakes can split into two different layers. Like,
oh, this is actually a really cool visually graphic. The wind. Oh, the wind is what overturns it. Oh my God, that actually makes sense. And in the summer, there's probably not as much wind, so that's why algae blooms. Oh, that makes sense. Holy shit, chat, we be learning.
So in the summer, a lot of lakes can split into two different layers, like a parfait nobody asked for. Warm water sits on top where the sun is, and cold water sinks on the bottom. They're two different densities and therefore different weights. And that bottom water basically never gets touched for the whole duration of the summer. That bottom cold layer runs out of oxygen over time, and low oxygen mud at the lake bottom can release legacy phosphorus back into the water. Basically phosphorus that might have been there since before you were born. And then that phosphorus can feed the next bloom when the lake naturally turns over. That's called internal loading, and I talk about it as much as I can on this channel because I think it's happening in more lakes than we realize based on some new research that came out in 2025. Anyways, turning a lake or a pool over through aeration, mechanical mixing, can be a legitimate tool to fix that specific bottom layer problem, but it's not a cure-all or the right solution for every water body. Here's why. One well-documented case in Wisconsin found that running a mixing system actually didn't fix that low oxygen bottom water as they had planned, but instead circulated that released phosphorus from the lake bottom, which fed toxic algae blooms. Translation, mixing helps with one specific chemistry problem in lakes that actually have layers, but you should prove that's an issue before trying it and approach it with caution. Mixing a lake without knowing its chemistry is like stirring a pot without knowing what burned on the bottom. The reflecting pool is 18 to 30 inches of water sitting in direct sun. There's no cold bottom layer to speak of.
Yeah,
it's already one uniform hot layer. Turning it over wouldn't cool it down meaningfully or change the chemistry. So, silver bullet? Still no. Nighttime aeration. That's a different question, an interesting one and a fair one. Oxygen can crash at night once photosynthesis stops, and running a fountain or an aerator overnight can be a way to prevent a fish kill during a bad bloom die-off in a lake. It can also just push the algae around that's already there rather than actually doing anything to it. It can be a crisis tool sometimes, depending on the conditions.
One of the golf courses that I work on has fountains in it, and it basically just pushes the algae to the edges of the water.
Or help prevent blooms from forming because they need still water to bloom. But in my experience, it's kind of a hit and miss algae control strategy. Yet again, not a silver bullet. Okay, ultrasound. Disclosure, because I think a science channel should lose credibility if it pretends to not have skin in the game or be transparent. So
Fact.
I do work for Sonic, which makes ultrasonic algae control systems. So ultrasonic devices emit low power ultrasonic waves around the similar range of a fish finder that
Cool. She's got principles, chat. She's got principles.
It agitates the little gas bubbles inside of cyanobacterial cells. Those gas bubbles allow them to flow up and down the water column to get sunlight and to get nutrients. So when the ultrasound is agitating that gas bubble, they lose access to sunlight over time, and instead of breaking their cells open, they just die naturally and eventually stop blooming. I manage about 40 sites across the country where this is successful, but there is a drawback, and it's that when you knock back toxic algae, it can make room for aquatic plants to grow instead, which can be a real nuisance for some people depending on the lake. And it makes sense when you think about it. Something else moves in to use the nutrients the cyanobacteria are no longer using.
That makes sense.
So, silver bullet for algae? Also no. It's depth and site dependent and usually requires a whole water body to be treated, and it needs an actual water column. A shallow pool with constant algae entering the system doesn't give it much to work with. It usually needs about 5 feet, 6 feet of depth in my experience. So every tool on this list acts on the algae.
Corporation will probably like fire and be like, oh, that's proprietary. 40 sites, yeah. Across the country, by the way, as well, kiddo. But the corporation, like, if she asked for like a pay raise or something like that, I bet they're like, no, you're fired. You shared your proprietary information.
Once it's already there, none of them act on the underlying problem or prevent it from being there in the first place. So with that being said, finally, how do professionals actually manage algae issues holistically over the long term and successfully? The answer is using short-term and long-term solutions in tandem together. Looking at historical data, using it in a management plan, and if you're going to implement a short-term solution like all of the products we mentioned, you have to also, at the same time, manage the underlying causes. You must treat the symptoms and the root of the problem simultaneously, and sometimes forever. It's like going to the doctor with a blood pressure problem. You work on your health while taking a temporary medication until your health improves. Then maybe you can come off the medication, maybe not. And the thing that annoys me about the reflecting pool is that it had more historical data than most lakes I work on ever will. It's documented that this pool has had algae issues since 1922. That's not a lack of data causing a management mistake. That's 100 years of the same experiment being run over and over with the same results. A real lake manager would kill for a 100-year record. Most of the time, we're stitching together like water clarity readings, a handful of nutrient samples, and whatever the neighbors remember about that one bad summer in 2006 to figure out the whole story of what's going on with the water body. The reflecting pool had a full public dated paper trail going back a century. Last week I said a management plan would have been cheaper, and here's what a plan would actually contain. I like the NALMS model, so NALMS, the North American Lake Management.
Good night, Ghost. I'm going with Betty Boo. Happy Bedgeborg. Have a good one.
Society, which is the professional body for this field. I'm a certified lake management association through them, so full disclosure there too. The NALMS model isn't really hard to understand. Before you touch the water, you look at the historical and the current data, how much nutrients are coming in from where, who and what's living there, what's happened over the past few years, and only then do you pick a treatment matched to what you actually found. Like I mentioned earlier, it's the same logic a doctor uses before prescribing something. Look at the chart before you prescribe anything. And I want to be honest that even this discipline is not some magic solution either. A widely cited NALMS review.
Keko! Thank you for the resubscription. 30 months. Hi, Keko. By the way, Ghost, Lemon was the first chatter here today, and you never acknowledged that. Were they? Anyway, good night. Were they? They didn't have first. Hey, how are you? Hello, Reality Labs.
Pointed out that even certified professionals like myself tends to
I don't think I
lean
was
too hard
So Borg is stirring the pot for no reason.
on assumed results
feeling
instead of
silly,
the confirmed ones over time. So if you haven't learned it yet, there is no silver bullet to algae management. There will never be. It's not a thing. And anybody telling you that it is a thing or is trying to sell you a cure-all is literally just trying to make money off of you. The water bodies that actually improve are the ones where somebody like a lake manager, a lake management associate, keeps checking the data and adjusting year after year as conditions change.
Lemon, congratulations on the
instead of
participation
just
trophy.
declaring victory.
I went to watch a new Spider-Man yesterday. It was very enjoyable. Oh, that's good to hear. That's good to hear. I really like the Tom Holland Spider-Man, and I was excited. I was excited for the end of the latest one, and that would be like your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. But it seems like it's still kind of big time Spider-Man stuff. But I might be wrong. They might start with like friendly neighborhood stuff, and then it turns into bigger stuff. But I'm pretty excited for this one.
After one success. In fairness to my own field, I do this for a living, and companies like the one I work for and certifications like the one I have
We need to stop making
exist
Spider-Mans?
because water
No.
bodies need.
No, we don't, Keko. We don't need to stop making Spider-Mans. Do you know why? Because Stan Lee said that his favorite superhero is Spider-Man. Do you know why? Keko? Do you know why Stan Lee says that his favorite superhero is Spider-Man? Because he said Spider-Man could be anybody. He said it could be white, it could be black, it could be Asian, it could be a man, it could be a woman. So Stan Lee fucking based. So yeah. How about another arachnid?
People ask me who my favorite superheroes are, or is, as the case may be. I really don't have any because of the ones I've written. When I was writing each one, that was my favorite.
Could be a four-dimensional fart cloud. It could.
I was all involved in him or in her. But I've been so busy just working on them that I've never had time to really think of who my favorites were.
I want to
They're all
see
like
you
my
as Spider-Man.
children anyway. I
See
think I
me
love
as
them
Spider-Man?
equally the
What the fuck? God damn it. That wasn't the clip I was looking for. But anyway, Stanley has said that Spider-Man is their favorite. I want to see you as Spider. Why do you want to see me as Spider-Man? Wait, if I'm Spider-Man, does that mean I get to date and get engaged to Zendaya? They're engaged, right? We won't get into the issues with most of Marvel history. I'll be sad when Stan Lee dies. Oh, I hate to break it to you, Lemon. Get it? Do we want to talk about one of the Marvel creators, literally coming down the steps after getting a threat from a Nazi saying, "We're gonna come to the lobby and we're gonna kick your ass," and he went down the steps to beat the shit out of Nazis? I said history. I mean, that is history. That is history. That's part of the history. All right, fine. Don't let me burst a rebuttal. Don't burst it. I'm assuming there was like misogynistic bullshit as well as stereotypes and stuff like that. You're snarky in a match for Tom and Garfield and the other guy. I bet the costume they already have would just fit you. Okay, Ace. Okay, Ace. You could feel free to put my name in for me. I thought people said the Andrew Garfield one was probably the better Peter Parker because he was dorky and stuff. Hello, I got here for the misogynistic bullshit. Did I say misogynistic bullshit? I meant misogynistic shit. God damn it. I don't know where that quote is. I'm looking for that quote. I'm like always here now. I blame insomnia. I mean, to be fair, I stream during the day, Owen. Owen, you'll probably be here tomorrow too because I'm doing a 24-hour stream starting in the afternoon. All right, let's continue it.
We need ongoing attention. We need ongoing education to understand what we're learning about algae blooms. There is not a one-time fix. That's not a confession. That's just how the field works. And the same way you have an ongoing relationship with your dentist instead of one enormous dental bill in 2012 and then never going back again. A mix of short-term and long-term solutions is genuinely the best method in my professional experience. So that could be planting strips of plants along the shoreline to catch runoff before it goes in the water. Less fertilizer near the edge. Lawn fertilizer, guys.
Oh, that's actually interesting. I never even thought about having the plants on the edge of the water to catch stuff. Interesting.
Managing stormwater so it's not dumping a slug of nutrients in every time it rains. And maybe one of the solutions I mentioned, but only after a valid assessment. None of it's glamorous.
Chat,
it can be
assess.
slow sometimes.
Assess the water.
But all of it beats a standalone short-term product over the long run, because the combination of these short-term products and long-term water quality management deals with what's causing the bloom and the bloom itself. Long-term management only, on the other hand, is a long game, and depending on the water body, could take decades to see an improvement. Many of the Finger Lakes in upstate New York can take anywhere from 5 to 20 years to replenish all the water in that lake. And the larger the lake and the drier the area,
that makes sense.
the longer that retention time is. That makes a huge difference on seeing changes, and I don't think a lot of people realize that. And with that in mind, many water treatment plants supplying drinking water to thousands of people don't have decades to wait to solve a potential drinking water crisis, which is why you see these tools that we talked about, like hydrogen peroxide or copper sulfate, being used alongside a long-term management plan. There's a diagnosis, a medication, and ongoing health management led by professionals. The reflecting pool didn't fail because we don't know how to manage algae. It failed because nobody acted like they did. So if you manage water like a pond or an HOA lake or a small reservoir, the sequence that works is boring, but in the best way. Talk to a professional, learn what you're dealing with before you try to treat it, learn where your nutrients are coming from, manage your runoff, match any treatment to what you actually found, and keep checking rather than declaring victory in 1 year. Algae are weird. We don't fully understand everything about them yet, and ongoing monitoring is important to ensure the long-term health of our water bodies and, yes, national monuments. So if you're just trying to swim or fish or walk your dog this summer, look before you get in, please. I hate seeing these articles of dog deaths. Paint spill sheen, pea soup color, thick scum, smells, creepy turquoise latte. Just stay out and keep your pets out.
Okay.
Don't risk it. No sign.
Chad, I hope you all took
there's no
notes.
risk either. It just might mean that nobody's testing or monitoring the water body. If contact happens, rinse off, watch and see how you feel for a day or two. If you want a quick check, literally just send me an email. I'm looking at my email all the time, and I look at algae pictures every single day. My email is in the description. Overall, we will never fully eliminate algae blooms, and we don't want to fully eliminate.
I hope the MAGA chuds didn't fucking blow up her. I hope the MAGA chuds didn't blow up her fucking email. I hope they didn't blow up her email fucking just telling the truth and talking about the science of it.
Algae either. They do have an ecological role and it's important, but we've kind of pushed them out of balance, and we need ongoing management and sometimes a temporary quick fix to stay safe and try to regain that balance over time.
To get rid of this algae, how are they doing?
Well, they're not going to like the answer, but they have no choice but to drain the pool. They're going to have to totally drain the pool. They're then going to have to fill it back up, presumably with Washington, D.C. water and not water from the Potomac River, because it's going to... And then the algae...
Oh my God, I forgot that they filled it from the Potomac. I forgot about that part.
They're going to come back because they have algae in all their pipes and everything else, so they're probably going to have to drain it again until they can flush the system out. And so we've dealt with these type of algal blooms in some of
We could crowdsource a solution to two problems if we started a TikTok trend of influencers drinking turquoise lattes.
our culture facilities, and you know, they get in all the nooks and crevices and everything, and they're a lot of work to get rid of.
So I'm curious. I've heard that
they're wasting so much. They'd be wasting so much water.
Using this thing, it's called like an ozone nano bubbler or something like that. Is that?
Oh, yeah.
Is that is that helping at all, or are they just
well,
like you say,
you know,
gotta drain?
this is a $17 million experiment, tell you, or a $1.7 million.
The closest thing to an actual silver bullet is not a product. It's ongoing water stewardship using the best available information. If you want an actual diagnostic, instead of just using a jug of liquid, my contact info is, like I said, in the description. I do manage lakes professionally, independently, through Aqua Diary and as a certified lake management associate, but also I was a project manager through Algae Sonic. I am providing recommendations and reviews and comments for free, at least for now, until the inquiries get a little bit out of hand. So be sure to email me sooner rather than later if you're looking for any help. I also provide recommendations and feedback to read your annual drinking water report. And speaking of which, sign up for my Substack if you want a guide on how to actually read that if you don't want to reach out, because I get it. Anyways, I am pretty honest in my assessments for all of those things. And if you don't believe me, you can ask my YouTube members. And thank you to my YouTube members. You guys are amazing and I love you. So today's episode had 32 citations.
Have they tried playing Crazy Frog to the algae until they get Clockwork Orange and leave themselves? I have no idea what they've been doing to try to treat the problem here. They've been pouring hydrogen peroxide in it. That's what they've been doing. And like, they don't have experts that work in the federal government anymore because Doge got rid of them.
Some of which from EPA, NALMS, and peer-reviewed toxicology and limnology journals. The full list is on Patreon for $3 a month if you want to check my work yourself, to which I would genuinely encourage. If you need any citations or if you're doing a research project and you just want them, you do get 7 days of a free trial on my Patreon, and then you can just snag what you want and then leave. But I would appreciate you staying as a member because it helps me cover the cost of these scientific journals that I get and then translate to you guys. So if this was useful, subscribing is one of the best things that you can do to keep this kind of content going. And if you need any help, please don't hesitate to reach out. That is what I'm here for. If you got a quick question, feel free to pop it in the comment section. I used to say I read every comment. After the last video, I don't think I read all the comments. So if I missed your comment last time, please leave another one. I'm sorry for that. And thank you for the overwhelming support. I think I'm still in shock. Anyways, I love you all. Please be safe this weekend and don't do anything I wouldn't do, and don't get in water I wouldn't get in. Until next time.
Yeah, but what if you would do everything? What if you would do everything? Also, are we sure her name is Allie? Are we sure her name's Allie and not Algae? Hi, Paul Wall. A lot of our water has been drained lately. I know some of it was invasive species, but I wonder if that was part of the management for the water itself. Maybe. Anyway, chat, that's gonna be it for me tonight. I was hoping to play games today, but I feel I'm turning into a Hassan, I think. I might be turning into a Hassan. Okay, bye. I just got here. Sorry, Pawa. But Pawa, I will be doing a 24-hour stream tomorrow. I'll be doing a 24-hour stream tomorrow. So you'll have plenty of time to see me. Half day pog. Let's fucking go. Yeah. 24-hour stream tomorrow, starting tomorrow afternoon and lasting through Friday night. So it'll be 24 plus potentially. Paul Wall go live. I haven't seen Paul Wall live in a while. But I need to raid out to somebody. Also, chat, be sure to like and view Ali's video, Aqua Diary podcast. How long will this 24-hour stream be? Probably longer than 24 hours. Because Petita streams at ungodly hours. That's true. I went live yesterday, I think. You think? Even for me? You think? Anyway, chat, I need to pass you along to somebody. I'm going to pass you along the new friend of the stream, Professionally Online. They were just talking about brace belting, and they were talking about Hassan. I'm not sure what they're talking about now, but they talk sports and politics. They're leftist, and they're here for the good fight. And I just want to continue to show them that we support them in this community, and they're having a conversation. There's two of them right now. Newer streamer. They have 100 followers. They are an affiliate at this point. They were actually introduced to us by the Clarence Thomas chatter. So I'm gonna send you all over there. They talk sports too. So at some point, I might have a conversation with them about sports and just kind of talk about the sports economics and stuff. I love their vibe. Yeah. It actually reminds me of like me and Keko. Just they talk more sports than we do. Good to see you, Ghost. Thanks for a bit of stream. No problem, Owen. Thanks for being in here. I appreciate it. Thanks, stream. No problem. Chat, here are the rate messages. First one are those that are not subbed. Next two are those that are subbed. Thank you. But I don't know how long I'll be in there, but I might be chatting with them a little bit. But with that being said, wherever you are in the world, good morning, good afternoon, good night. See y'all later. Go Birds. Fuck ICE. Free Palestine. Fuck Israel. See ya.